It's so stupid, it's positively brilliant.
The Brilliant Idiots Podcast.
Yep, Charlamagne the God here. Today's Brilliant Idiots Podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. I just want to say Happy New Year. It's a great time to refocus on those big plans you put off for the holidays. Today's sponsor, Squarespace, makes it easy to turn your ideas into a unique website, showcase your work, blog or publish content, even sell products and services of all kinds in just a few clicks. You can customize everything from look and feel to settings and products using beautiful templates created by world-class designers, and there's nothing to install, patch, or upgrade ever. Head to squarespace.com to start your free trial. When you're ready to launch, use the offer code IDIOT to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Now, let's start the Brilliant Idiot Show. My man Andrew Schultz isn't here. Andrew's he's actually shooting a movie or something, right, Chris? That's what he said. He said he had to go shoot a movie. So, I wanted to bring in some of my young gunners, you know what I mean? Some young energy that I really appreciate out here in these streets. I got my man Lawrence Jackson.
What's up, Shar? Thank you for the opportunity, man. Thank you, bro.
Lawrence out here getting all the pussy in New York City.
Chilling, man. I'm all right.
Knocking them down. And Ivy.
Yo.
Rivera.
What's up?
What's up, Ivy?
I feel like I need a nickname for you. He out here with the Shar. Should I just like Lamaine?
Shaw always works. Uncle Charlotte is fine. Whatever you want to call me, I don't care.
No, this has to be organic, so I'll think on it.
Exactly. I want you both to tell the people what do y'all do. Start with you, Lawrence.
I don't know. I guess I'm more of like the traditional route. I feel like everybody has like a cooler story, to be honest. Like I just went to journalism school, honestly, and just was always like that kid who was like, yeah, I want to do TV. You know, I want to eventually do movies. I want to act. I want to produce. I want to write.
You got that look. You got the movie look. Be a
creative kind of thing, you know. But yeah, I'm from Spring Valley, so like a small town. Most people don't know. I don't have like a big borough or nothing like that. Like I'm very under the radar, and just went to school and worked and really just kept trying and like stumbling into stuff in a weird kind of unorthodox way. So really, like I was on a corporate route. Like I was at CBS, like CBS This Morning under Gayle King and Charlie Rose and them guys.
Did you ever sexually assault any women with Charlie Rose?
No, I did not.
Just making sure.
I'm gonna put that one to rest.
Salute to Gayle, beautiful woman.
Gayle is the best. She had lunch with me, honestly. She made time at like 4 a.m. So, and then I was at CBS Channel 2, and I was like, I know the skills of a hardcore journalist, but I want to use the culture I grew up on and love. So, ended up.
Now you got to go back a little bit. You said you had lunch with Gayle King at 4 in the morning. 4 in the morning is not lunchtime, sir.
The show shoots at like 5 or 6 a.m. CBS This Morning, so it's a morning show. So
you had breakfast.
I had breakfast. Okay, I thought you was trying to allude to the time, but you're alluding to me saying lunch.
Yeah.
So nah.
Tell me a story. How did that go? 4 in the morning with Miss King, Queen King.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's not too many brown faces in the building, so you got to network like very. You got to go off vibes and who you know. So I had one frat brother who was there, and then you meet one and you meet like the 8 that are in the building. So one of them was an AKA and my frat brother was a Q, and they were just kind of like 2 years older than me, went to college, and they were like, you really should like try to get some time with Gayle. So I was just not knowing this now, like now they're a little more honest. They were like, yeah, you was just like young and like very like not scared, and she was like, it threw people off a little bit. So I literally just went up to her and was like, good morning in one of the morning meetings, and I was like, I'd really love to like, pick your brain and get any type of knowledge or time from you, Gayle. And she was like, why do you want to have, breakfast with me? And I was like, you're Gayle King, like we can cut that. So yeah, we had breakfast, and I interviewed her later on a couple carpets, and it's, she's still just a very big...
A real nigga. I don't think people realize how real of a person Gayle King is.
It's cool when you can get money and stay black. So.
I mean, black. I think when you get to a certain level, people expect you to just automatically change.
You got to have new words, you know what I mean?
Gayle is hood.
No, she is.
No, if you've ever sat and kicked it with Gayle, smart, intellectual and all that, but hood.
And she's honest, and she's like not like we just did I was just at the screening for Proud Mary, and Taraji, just like a Gayle, they don't hold themselves in a way that you would ever like. If I just met them and I didn't know who they were, I wouldn't know they were somebody. And like for me, that's goals, like no type of ego, no type of like throw it in your face, no type of I'm Oprah's best friend. Like I don't gotta flex it. She was just like, oh, why do you want to have breakfast with me, honey? And I'm like, okay. Like, and then we had breakfast and talked to her, and I was like, yeah, I want to be you. I want to be on TV, and for a lot of people that can be like very in your face. So.
Now, did she ask you why do you want to have breakfast with me? Like, it could be a little pivot if you would have said the little slick player thing. Like,
yeah, I think so. I think it was a test. I think everything. I think everything's a test. So it's like, just respond to it. I was just like, I'm just trying to learn. Honestly, I was like, I'm just hungry. Like, you put me in the building and you won't be mad. It'll go somewhere. So, she made time and she remembered me years later. And yeah, like that's just one of the best situations I've ever had.
Then CBS to what? Revolt?
Yeah, CBS. Okay. So I was working. I interned at the morning show, and then I worked at Channel 2 local. I was working like overnights. I was working like 10-hour shifts, and I was running scripts for their talent. So that was an interesting situation to be in, because it's like you can't be jealous of the person that you want to be, so you might as well just humble yourself and learn and see how people move, how they treat people, what do they do on a daily basis, what time do they get, and what is their energy like. So I was with like Maurice Dubois and all those guys, and I was like, out of the room, I was easily the least important person. I ran these pieces of paper from the printer to the talent in between each break, in between each block. So it'd be like the A block's over, run the B block scripts. The printer would be jammed. I learned how to fix a printer.
Very important task, though. Yeah. You may think that's not important.
No, I would put an extra copy and read it.
These notes are important for us.
Yeah, I would take an extra copy, and when they're reading it on camera, I'll be backstage like, yeah, Squarespace. Yeah. Like, I'm stalking your every move, So, and then I didn't want to do it. I wanted to be on the air, and, it's certain places you got to realize when your head is hitting the ceiling, kind of. So I was just like going on auditions on my off time and, commuting in out of the city, and then
you worked at CBS for free, I'm sure.
Damn near.
What was the pay over there?
I was a PA, so it was like a stipend. Nice. It wasn't. We wasn't making money. So
you went to Revolt to make even less money.
Yeah. Come on, Shaw. They throwing Joe the bag, so they got something. They got something.
Oh yeah. They all giving Joe.
Yeah, they got something there. So, but I was at Revolt for almost 4 years. You don't need to say much. Sean Combs, a lot of those people came from the MTV Prime MTV News era. So that was an experience that I really couldn't. It wasn't about the salary, and I couldn't. And I don't say that no more, because like now it's like you gotta have to pay me something. Like, I'm not working for free.
But you're still growing.
Definitely. But
I always say you have to recognize the opportunity when it's not a paycheck attached to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, how old are you?
26.
I didn't start making real money till about 31.
Yeah.
This is the truth to the matter. You know what I'm saying? You got to put yourself in a position to really, really get that coin.
For sure.
And then after Revolt, what? First of all, did Diddy ever call you daddy?
Nah, he never called me daddy. He never called me daddy. What I will say is that is slightly Harlem slang. Like, all jokes aside, like, people do say daddy baby in a way that's like not really, how you trying to put it off.
So you be out here giving passes?
I didn't say me. I just said I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt.
The way he said it
like,
to
he's from Harlem, so he could call me daddy.
Did you see him on Drink Champs the other day?
No.
When he looked at Nori, he was like, I like the way you do that, daddy.
Stop.
I was like, what?
Nah, it was Fab. Fab's face was the best. Fab and Jada. Jada, like, I swear to God, he re-drank what he drank just to not have to talk. He was just like,
have you ever partied with Diddy?
Yeah, of course.
No, I mean party.
No.
Oh, okay. I don't even know what party means. I just know he told Fab, you've never partied with me. And Fab was like, I have partied with you. He said, party. Okay, so after Revolt.
And then after Revolt, 4 years, I'm at MTV now. So TRL, the reboot. I'm signed to Viacom, though. So, that's a bunch of networks, BET, MTV2. You've been getting money there for a while, so
yes.
But I'm signed to Viacom.
I'm upset that they don't use you like they should on TV.
I mean, I agree. So, but we working. So yeah, that's me.
What do they tell you? Why aren't they utilizing you the way that they should?
I don't know, man. I sat with Sway before it launched off, honestly, and was just like, not that I'm Sway, not that this is the heyday or anything like that, but I was just like, how did you navigate the TRL then, so I can try to see it through these 2017 launch and figure out my place. And he was like, man, like, you're educated. And he was like, people are going to tell you that's not sexy. They're going to tell you it's a little too serious. They're going to tell you, people are going to call you corny. He was like, but you know the culture. And he was like, you are going to be the guy they turn to when they're having a certain type of conversation about music, about why Salaam Remi produced this and who he is to the culture, and not just, the top 10 whatever hits or whatever, like Camila Cabello, no disrespect or anything like that. So he was like, just be you, be that guy kind of. And I don't know. It's going. They're trying to figure it out. Like it's 2018 now, and digital is fighting linear, and we're both fighting online. And I just think everybody got to figure out how to play along and how to make it a mutual win in a way.
That's what I've always liked about you. I liked you because you were smart, and we were trying to relaunch Yo MTV Raps before TRL,
that should have happened.
I was like, Lawrence need to be here for that. And they was like, well, he's so serious. And I'm like, but that
It's so weird that people say that. But I guess I get it, but it's so weird to hear that. Like, I don't know what Ivy think. Like, I be serious for real. She's like, yeah.
What do you think, Ivy?
She's like, yeah.
Give me your analysis of young Lawrence.
I think he's a good host. He can come off very like serious. Like you do have like that very CBS vibe. You know what I'm saying? But you're also aware of the culture, so it's like a good mesh.
Yeah.
But isn't that like the new thing? Like when I look at Kendrick, when I look at Cole, when I look at Chance, you take those guys serious. Mm-hmm. Like they're serious about what they do. They're mature beyond their years. Like, do we have to be goofy and ratchet?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I feel like personalities, you don't have to have the same personality to be a good personality. You're a good personality because of your skills, and I'm a good personality because of mine. And we're two different people. You know what I'm saying? We both deliver two different types of, auras. And it's to each his own. I think that it's not going to hurt you at all. So, fuck what they talking about.
Yeah.
No, and at least you'll get a lot more mature vagina in the future. Like, older women will definitely want to give you
get
some.
that classy pussy.
Exactly.
But I don't know. It's cool that there's multiple spots. Like, there can be a goofy, there can be a serious, there can be a urban or whatever labels you want to throw on people.
Yes.
But, like, as long as they don't got to be one spot, as long as it's not just one token and we got to fill that one spot, like, it can be an collection of people, like, all different types, and we all come from the same, background, more or less. Like, I think that's really, like, where it's got to be, kind of, like, stop stereotyping people, stop typecasting people, stop, like, selling these blaxploitation dreams. Like, it's a bunch of different people out here. Like,
Black people are not a monolith.
That's what I'm saying. So, absolutely.
Now, that's Lawrence Jackson, Ivy Rivera.
Hey, what's up?
Tell me, Ivy, about yourself. I mean, I know, but I want the people to know. What do you do?
I mean, I guess it's just a regular story of coming from nothing to still ain't shit. I'm from Brooklyn. I went to school. I was always active in like a dance team or acting in a play in junior high school, something along those lines. And I fell in love with the culture of dance. I used to dance a lot, and I used to be up in Harlem in a little dance crew, but I was the youngest of the crew. So my father was not having the shits where I'm 14 up in Harlem midnight with all these like 18-year-olds. So I had to find another hobby fast. And fortunately, all of my friends grew to be like professional dancers, and they are like in this like culture. So in a way, I always had like a loop or some type of intel with what was going on. I had a natural fascination for the culture.
What do you mean dancers? Like fame?
Yeah, like dancers, like people who be dancing with Chris Brown.
Oh, got you.
Not like on Broadway, like
okay, but real dancers though.
Yeah,
okay,
like real dancers,
like Alvin Ailey kind of.
Not like in the train, like Showtime.
They
no.
it too though.
Yeah, but stop it. So anyway, I started a blog, and it was just a way for me to kind of just say what was on my mind because my friends wasn't really trying to hear everything about what I had to say. So it started with me just interviewing my friends because I thought everybody was dope, and I wanted to find a way to kind of elevate that and have my words really translate to the viewer or the listener. So I was just interested in radio. It wasn't something that I grew up wanting to do all my life. It was just something that I felt like would be a good idea. So I transferred from Queens College to Brooklyn, and I immediately started interning at the radio station. 3 months later, I have my own show, and then the rest is history. At Brooklyn College.
Oh, okay.
WBCR.
All right.
So everything started there. Then from there, I guess I just kind of just crossed paths with people, and I always like expressed my passions for doing things, and they saw my personality and they just saw something in me. So by the grace of themselves, they just put me on to certain things, and then here I am over at BET covering my first, event. I had braces on. I had no idea what the heck to do in front of a camera. I thought I knew it all until the camera was in my face, and I was just like, oh shit, like this is real. But it also showed me moment? I just had to make it work. You know, like there was somebody like guiding me, like the producers were like, just say this and do this. But, just I want to burn that interview. Like everything about me was just so not what I am now. Yeah. Like, I'm like, we up in Harlem and Atmos, and I was, woo, girl.
But that rawness is so dope, though, man. Like, that's when you either see right then and there if somebody has something. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'd rather you have a whole lot a nothing that I can look at and be like, I can turn that into something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it was because of people like that who saw something and be like, I could turn that into something is literally why I am where I am today, outside of, me and my own consistency. So, needless to say, I've had my own radio show for about 4 years and counting, and I've been blessed to work with the platforms such as BET and Music Choice, doing voiceovers for them because they just like my urban voice. But I've auditioned for things. I've seen Lawrence in the audition rooms with me.
I was literally selling. I was like, I met you with braces. I'm pretty sure. I feel like
you definitely met me with braces.
For sure.
So
that sounds very pedophile.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ!
You had
she was of age.
I mean, I was like 19 with braces.
Probably the same age, right?
I'm 26.
I'm 25.
Yeah, same age.
I met Ivy. I did a book event at YouTube last year.
Yeah.
And this young woman stands up and just, she was very confident and, she expressed some things and she was like, you need to be my mentor. And I don't even know what that means when people say that, but, after having a few conversations with her and just looking in her eyes, I'm like, yo, it is something there with Ivy.
Paige told me about that day. Actually, I remember that. She's like, "Yeah, really? you met some girl named Ivy." I was like, Ivy. Like I think you sent me her Twitter or something. And I was like, "Oh, I know Ivy." I was like, that was always gonna. I was like, that was always meant to happen. That was always gonna happen one way or another. I was like,
yeah, I definitely seek that as my chance to say something to you because, I mean, being who I was 2 years prior to meeting you, that tweet was my life. Like I was like, oh, Charlamagne tweeted me back and. You ain't respond, and I was tight. I was so salty.
And then she pressed you in person. I was like, keep that same energy when I see you. When I see you at the book side, keep that same energy, Char.
Keep that same energy. I pulled up on my Brooklyn shit. It was funny, but closed mouths don't get fed.
Yes, and then when I started talking about Ivy to people, they was like, "Yeah, I know her. She shitted on Angie Martinez." And I was like, Ivy, did you ever shit on Angie Martinez?
You believed it for like 2 seconds, though, Charlamagne, and I was so upset at you. I was like, Jesus, everybody's trying to turn me against Angie. Like,
that's what they
just
do.
Set the record straight. I love that woman. I want no problems with that woman at all.
You said she was an inspiration to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that she is a legend. I don't even think it is a fact, and
an icon, an inspiration. If you do media and Angie Martinez has not influenced you, you need a new career.
For real, especially if you're Puerto Rican. Like, come on. Yeah. Like, she is literally like the mother outside of J-Lo.
So what was the issue? Why did it get so misconstrued? I mean, I know, but I want you to tell me. I just think it's a good story. Because it started with Joey Badass, right?
Yeah, this stems back with an interview with Joey Badass where he was expressing how he feels that there needs to be younger New York voices on the radio. And
he said your name?
He didn't.
He didn't say your name?
He didn't.
I thought he said your name.
She said she doesn't see anybody who wants it. And that was the comment that struck a nerve in me. I didn't proceed to say anything about her. I proceeded to say something in the defense of people who work their ass off.
Try to get noticed, try to get heard.
Yeah, so the people that are standing in her room getting her coffee every day, like that's like a slap in their face, And they took it as if I was kind of like coming at her.
As they do in this era.
Of course. Yeah. So I kind of put a little fuel to the fire because 2 days later, coincidentally, I came to Power to pick up some concert tickets and I took a selfie at the station and my caption, and I just thought it was clever to say because it's so hip hop, was Angie, what's good? Like,
Jesus Christ.
His face. I don't know who that is, but his face is like.
And that was probably right around the time when Nicki said Miley was good. That's a beef call.
Yes.
That's a war call. That's a war cry.
That's good timing.
Good timing. Like, my humor is very asshole-ish, so to me it was hilarious. And I instantly got like people like, yo, what's wrong with you, blah, blah, blah. So I took it down and I just changed the caption. I said, I want it.
Respect.
Boom. So that just kind of like whirled into its own rumor. And I had to like clean it up in a way where I was just like, oh shit. So it wasn't like I was apologizing for what I was saying because I do and still do stand by what I said. I just hated how it was perceived to everybody else, and I would have really been so upset if it landed on her ears in the most like worst way to paint a picture of me as if I'm trying to disrespect her, because that was never my intent, you know?
And I hit you to let you know about it.
Yeah.
And you reached out to Angie and apologized.
I did.
You handled it right.
I did. And we're cool. You know, she sees me, we show each other love. Like, that's Titi right there.
What's that mean? What kind of Spanish slang
Titi,
is that?
that's my aunt.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I just saw her on Friday. She and Angela had their birthday party, and I came and I gave them both a hug, wished them happy, and then I ended up at dinner with her fiance and Mano and Biggs.
Wow, how do you play? Now listen, I want to know, how do you play that situation? Because you need to, in that situation, I would just be a fly on the wall and speak when spoken to. But then again, you got mad questions you want to ask because you're trying to soak up game. How do you play that situation?
So I definitely was a fly on the wall. You know, I was just sitting there like playing my position. But the good thing is that I know Mano and I'm getting to know Biggs. So everybody at that table was familiar with who I was. So I didn't feel like an outcast.
Did Angie speak to you?
No, but Biggs did.
Okay.
And Biggs was sitting right next to Angie. So I'm sure she was kind of like chiming in or eavesdropping on some of the conversation. But that conversation was amazing, you know, and it was basically me sharing with him all the goals that I have for myself, especially for this year, and him just like kind of like seeing the fire in me and giving me insight and advice. And to me, I didn't take that for granted because I'm like, I'm talking to Biggs right now.
Word.
Like, if you know who Biggs is to the culture, like, you're not going to miss a step.
The third member of the launch of Rockefeller,
yes.
Jay-Z, Dame Dash, Kareem Biggs Burke. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So he's very seasoned. He's very experienced. He knows a lot. He put a lot of people in position. So that's somebody that I'm definitely going to be open ears to, you know, and it just felt good to be sitting at a table with people like that who are very successful and they follow their own passions, you know. So I'm just like, damn, I must be in the right direction.
I love the fact that you said you was a fly on the wall and you spoke when spoken to, because that's how I've gotten really, really far. Like traveling alone and just like you find yourself at these tables with people and you're just like, yo, let me just shut the fuck up. Because you really don't know shit.
And you really,
like that's what you really need to know.
I didn't want to do the most. I wasn't trying to, you know, be out here. Like, first of all, this is Angie's night. Yeah. You know, like I'm not here. Like, I wasn't even formally invited. I just ended up here. So I was like, let me shut up before I act like I'm special, you know, and get shut down.
You're in a privileged position to learn a thing or two. Shut the fuck up and listen.
Exactly.
You been in those positions, Lawrence?
Absolutely, man. I mean, I feel like, you know, if you're the smartest person in a room, you got to get out that room, you know. Smartest, it could be used for biggest. It could be used for, I don't know, famous, richest, whatever it is. But, like, I want to be in any room I'm in, like, towards the bottom, if not the bottom, because that means, like, I'm where I'm not supposed to be. I'm where I'm uncomfortable, you know what I mean? I found myself
in
like,
this industry. I don't know if you want to be a bottom, Lawrence. You better to be a top.
Yo, Shaw, you good, man. You real good, man. I'm like, Jesus.
I don't know, Lawrence.
You got trigger words and you like that.
Set yourself up.
No, I don't. It's Shaw, man. I'm like, I can say the word bottom, but it's Shaw. He's like, no, I know what you're talking about.
Who have you been with though that you knew? Like,
I mean, I've ended up at the White House, man. Like,
what?
Like scary. Yeah, like.
Fuck you! How you end up at the White House?
I ended up at the White House. Huh? Shut up, man.
You was fucking somebody in the White House?
No. Just like a friend of a friend, honestly. And it was just scary. Like genuine. Like Chance the Rapper and his dad were there. Like,
so you met President Obama?
Yeah, I mean, I shook his hand. Wow. You know, I shook his hand. He's way taller. Michelle is way taller than I thought.
I met Michelle before. Never met Barack though.
I mean, it was like the prime minister, and I'm gonna like show my ignorance here, but it was a prime minister. And literally they have like, and it's so funny because did you guys watch the Dave Chappelle special, the new stand-up special?
No, but I saw it at Radio City. What joke you talking about?
Yeah, but he was talking about, he was like, you know, people are saying Trump has spent the most days outside of the White House and they're mad at him about that. And he was like, you got to really sit back and ask yourself, if you was a billionaire, as I'm hitting the mic showing I ain't been nowhere. He was like, if you was a billionaire, would you be staying in that Scooby-Doo ass house all the time? And he was like, all these paintings on the wall. And he was like, you can't even sit there and see nothing without no man staring at you like this. And he was like, Obama was the first brother to go in there and be like, this is nice. I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna stay here for these 8 years, you know? So, but yeah, it was scary, honestly. Like, I mean, I'm shaking on the inside, and I'm just keeping it cool on the outside and just like speak when spoken to, soak up as much game and as much knowledge as I can, you know, say thank you God as many times in my head and try to collect some contacts or whatever. But
So what'd you learn in that moment?
I talked to I was just walking around, honestly, right? And I get stopped by this guy, and he's like, hey, let me ask you something. And I want to remember the company exactly. He turned out to be some billionaire or some venture capitalist or whatever the case may be. And I don't know his name, but he owned, what was it? What's the the throwback companies?
Throwback jerseys?
Yeah, the throwback jerseys. Yes. So he comes up to me, and he was like, clearly like kind of stereotyping me a little bit, but he was right. So I was like, all right. And he was like, I wanted to ask you something. He was like, I recently inquired Mitchell & Ness, and he was like, what would you say is important to the company? Are you familiar with the brand? I was like, yeah, I'm familiar with Mitchell & Ness. And he was like, I just want to know, what's important to it. And I just in a very...
He wasn't trying to fuck. You walk up to this little young black kid, tell him
what I say there, Ivy, what I say there.
You think you gonna get
what you hear me say, Ivy, that one thing?
That's trying to make me searching.
You don't think so? That sounds kind of odd, just to walk up to somebody and be like, I just acquired Mitchell.
I think it was because I was besides Chance the Rapper, maybe one of 5 young black males in there, maybe and mind you, this is the Obama era, so this is as diverse as I feel like it's been. I'm sure them crowds don't look like that no more. Ain't no BET special at the White House no more,
Yeah,
so
I bet you them old perverted white men miss all them young black tenders walking through the White House.
Yo.
But anyway, the Mitchell & Ness.
Oh my God.
And I was just in my most PR White Housey type of way, I was just don't gentrify that company. I'm just keep that company exactly where it is. Understand that to you, that might be an asset, or that might be something you just acquired because, you see a potential to make money off of it. I'm but don't take Mitchell & Ness and then just Williamsburg it out, So that was just really my advice to him. And I was just you got to understand that company means a lot to people culturally. And I was you might never get time in Brooklyn or Harlem or wherever, your markets are, your best markets. I was but you got to really understand that company is I would say on a certain level very classic. Mitchell S ain't going nowhere. It's been here before me. It's gonna be here after me, whether I'm wearing it or not. It's gonna be around. So I was just just keep that respect what's coming from there, and hire people that are from your market. Don't get some new e-board and tell us how to do us with Mitchell & Ness. And I was just hire a kid from the Heights or hire a kid from Flatbush and put him in a marketing position at Mitchell S. and watch how much more money you do make because you didn't gentrify and, plug in some special e-board or whatever.
What you just explained is exactly why I feel H&M got in trouble this week.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't think H&M was being intentionally racist when they put out, the image of the young black boy and the hoodie said coolest monkey in the jungle. I just think that they have culturally clueless people in those positions who probably really don't know that monkey is a racial term. If they did, they probably think ain't nobody tripping off that. But if they had somebody from the culture in there, they could have pointed that out immediately. Think about how that image hit social media, and within seconds, minutes, it's become a thing. This is fucked up. This is wrong. That never had to leave the boardroom if they had people from the culture in the boardroom.
That also raises the argument with the team, because even though it may be an innocent mistake, there's so many people who review that photo before it is put out into the public. So does not one person look at that picture and be this is looking a little sus?
But it wasn't also it wasn't in America. It was abroad.
It's UK.
So their cultural, exchange is a little different. Is a little different out there. I'm not justifying it at all. What I'm saying is I feel if anything, they're not ignorant. They just kind of don't care, or I feel they're just a little bit more overt, or I don't know the political word.
Racism isn't as much of a serious issue as it is over here.
What's the biggest sport in the world?
Soccer.
What do they throw at the black soccer players to disrespect?
Bananas and all that stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
These motherfuckers know that the word monkey is a derogatory term towards black
that's
people.
Common sense.
Yeah, I just feel they don't care over there as much, or they won't get in as much trouble over there. But since we all have Twitter, no matter where you live, you got a picture, I got a picture. We gonna make a big deal over. We gonna make a noise over here. But I bet you if we sat over there or looked at some type of statistics in UK, I bet you they weren't as angry. Because when I'm out there, I feel racism and all these, colorism and all these deep conversations, they're not as passionate about.
But get this, because I allegedly, because I can't confirm if it is the mom or not, but I heard that the mom spoke out
She said
of that little boy.
She said rent is very high in the jungle. So you had to do what we had to do.
She was like, he is indeed the coolest monkey in the jungle. Like, I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. But basically, she was kind of like upset at people being so upset about the picture.
Yeah.
She was like, you are thinking too deep into the damn sweater.
My mom would have a lot of words for that, mom, to be honest. Like, my mom saw it and she was like, that's why, when you were younger, I didn't put you into modeling. And I was like, yeah, you're right, Ma, sure. I was like, but what I will say is that kid's paid now, like, unfortunately.
Is he, though?
Puff just offered him $1 million with a Sean John contract.
Yeah.
Like, somebody's going to
that means Joe Budden's only getting $4 million now.
They're going to at least match that or, like, so I'm not saying it's a good thing that it happened, but, like, yeah, rent is high in the jungle, and he's going to be able to get out of the jungle because
rent is high in the jungle.
Of that. These are the mom's words, man. I don't know where she live. She live in a UK, grum. I'm like, all right.
Why didn't she want you to be a model?
She like, how can I work without working, and how can I get paid for stuff I would have been doing anyway? Like versus wearing a suit. Yeah, I wear suits. I'm not going. I know that's a sign of whatever, but like I like wearing suits too. But
sign of what?
I guess of
maturity,
assimilation.
Well dressed man.
Yeah, but they try to say it's a sign of assimilation. It's a sign of like not selling out per se.
Fuck them. It's nothing. Every New Year's Eve for the past few years, I bought in New Year's with a suit on. I think that's what you should do. I'm a grown man. The reason I wore a suit on my book cover is because that's where I'm going. I want to come to a place in my life where I wear nothing but suits and sweatsuits with no drawers.
I actually agree with that. Yeah. Let it fly. So I'm like, whatever. That's a good life. That's a good life.
Great life.
I'm not mad at that. That's a good life.
Live your best life.
So who would you blame more for the H&M thing, Ivy? The parents? If indeed the parents were cool with that, or the marketing department at H&M?
Hands down the marketing department. Mm-hmm. They definitely have that responsibility to oversee things and say if this is right or if this is... I'm sure that he had different outfits. You know what I'm saying? Why they got to put this one? What is so cool about this sweater?
First of all, that's not even a cool phrase if we're being honest. Like, coolest monkey in the jungle. Like, that's corny, bro. Like,
why can't you be a lion?
Like, bro,
fuck? I don't want to be a fucking monkey.
Nobody want to be the coolest monkey in the jungle. It's not
you a big ass fool.
A Disney movie. Like, come on, man. Jumanji or whatever. Like, that's not even a cool... that's some real H&M type of like, oh, this took 10 minutes. I'm like, damn, it's like coolest monkey in the jungle. That's all you got, like, for my sweater? Like,
and social media is so funny because as much as this is like such a thing where everybody's getting mad,
people going back to
people
H&M,
are like, yo, if they offered me XYZ money,
I would wear
definitely going to be up in there like...
I don't get it. Yeah, I don't understand the logic. So what are you saying? That that's a price for you to sell out?
Yeah, that's exactly what they're saying. They're saying, I'm a monkey, and as long as you throw me a bag, I'm going to be your monkey. To be honest, that's
exactly
what
we're fighting against.
Yes.
Yeah, but everybody ain't fighting the same fight, so
that's my thing. What is actually the issue? You know what I'm saying? Because if you're saying, if you get a big enough bag, then it's okay to be called a monkey. Are you really mad because this guy is being called a racial slur?
People got a price. Some people got a price, man. So I truly believe that. I'm glad people at least is living their true life.
In the world.
Like I'm at least, I ain't see that on my timeline. So I'm at least glad somebody took the L and was like, yeah, I would. I'm like, cool, be honest. That sucks and that's ugly, but be honest. You know what I mean? Don't lie.
Live your truth.
It's better than being a microwave activist, to be honest, because that makes me a little bit more upset because like
all these fake woke.
All these people, like, come on, bro. You know you on a budget. You know it's nowhere else you can get $100 fit that's like pretty decent than H&M. You know you're gonna go back up in there. So don't sit here and post and go on these rants about how you're done with these companies. You're gonna go back, just like with the Uber thing. Oh, Trump did half the e-board is Trump supporters. We not doing Uber. We done. We riding. And then you check the Lyft fare and you're like, dang, that's like $15 more. You know what I mean? I gotta get the man.
Ain't nobody looking.
So let me ask you, Charlamagne,
like, come on, man.
If H&M offered you a deal, would you take it?
Hell no. I don't fuck my dick. And that's just the truth to the matter. And because my thing is this: like, the easiest thing to do if you're upset with H&M is not support them. It's like, it's really just that simple. Just done. And I ain't saying you got to call for a boycott. Just don't support them. I'm the type of person, I like when I see overt racism. I like when I see overt bigotry, because now I know who not to give my coins to. I know who not to fuck with. Like, there's nothing H&M could offer me at this point that I would accept, simply because I care about my people. And I care about how my people view me. And I know that if I do that, then I'm selling out. And my people going to be looking at me crazy. Not to mention, G-Eazy just told H&M kiss his ass.
Shout out to G-Eazy, for real.
Weekend.
I can't have the white rapper make a stand and then me jump in and be like, yo, I'm taking this deal.
I would say no disrespect to the Weeknd, but like, that's probably his like 15th stream of revenue of income. And I didn't say Jeezy broke, but once G-Eazy did that, and he had his was soon to launch, I was like, I salute that, man.
Oh,
Good.
okay.
Thank you, bro.
I'm glad you said soon to launch because I even had no idea he had a goddamn
neither,
H&M
but
deal.
I'm
to
like,
be honest with you, I had no idea The Weeknd had an H&M deal.
Oh yeah. I got the hoodie. Yeah, for sure.
What's the hoodie?
It's like
some XO.
Yeah, XO. You know what I mean? Like, you know how he went with the Black Panther promo.
Yeah.
For that, they should have had him on the soundtrack. Now that I think about it, like, dang, they had Kendrick and who else?
Well, Kendrick and SZA. Well, Kendrick.
Vince Staples.
Yeah, Vince Staples. That's what it is.
Well, Kendrick's producing the Black Panther soundtrack.
It's fire. It's gonna be the blackest shit ever. I'm so into it.
I think it's gonna make $1 billion.
I think it's gonna be the best selling movie, and then finally we can stop saying we can't market black things to black people because our dollar is not the most, but we get in there and we spend more than most people, which we need to work on. But for the meantime, it's gonna make $1 billion.
Well, as a Marvel head,
I'm seeing it twice.
I don't know if they're marketing Black Panther to black people.
Okay.
I just think that, Black Panther happens to be a black superhero in the Marvel universe. And with the new with the first Infinity War about to come out, this is a chance for them to tell us where another Infinity Stone is. Hate to give y'all a spoiler, but I mean, if you've been paying attention to the Marvel universe, because I'm going to tell y'all the next thing that everybody's going to be arguing about when the movie comes out. It's another Infinity Stone out there.
Okay.
It's the Soul Stone.
Okay.
The Soul Stone is in Wakanda.
Okay,
right?
okay.
I don't know if that's a racial thing or not. Okay.
Was it the Soul Stone in the comic books? Which doesn't help either because them comics was real on the line. But yeah, I think it's definitely marketed to black. You don't think so, Char? Look at that cast, bro. Ain't been that much melanin in the whole lineup. Like they don't got like I couldn't even be in the movie. I'm too light.
But that's the Black Panther though.
I couldn't even audition. They'd be like, there's no.
You definitely did not pass the brown paper bag test.
Like that at all. Like, and we reversing the brown paper bag test for the Black Panther. So I'm like, salute, man.
I don't think it's marketed to black people. I just think it's a Marvel movie that black people are going to embrace because it is a black superhero. And I mean, Black Panther's ill. He's like the richest superhero ever. He's the king of a whole country. Like their technology is super advanced. Everything black people are striving to be
is what
in this futuristic world, this fictional world, the Black Panther is. So I just think that it's going to be so big because I think every Marvel person is going to go ahead and see the Black Panther just because it's Marvel. And I think every casual black fan who's never seen a Marvel movie is going to go, and it's going to take this. It's going to break records.
Yeah, without that. It's going to be the best selling one. We could put that on.
It's definitely a movie that people are going to be proud of.
Yeah.
Why
just
do
like
you
Get
want to
Out.
see it, Ivy? Because of Michael B. Jordan?
Absolutely.
You a Michael B. Jordan fan too?
Yes, I am.
Why? He hates black women.
Ivy's Latina, so.
He might like you.
Did you see his girlfriend?
It kind of looked.
Not to hate on her,
Whoa.
but like.
Nah, come on. What?
I'm just making. I don't know if he hates. I don't think. I know for a fact he doesn't hate black women. But it's funny.
Well, she's fine. So
She is, but I wasn't expecting that.
What was you expecting?
Yeah, like
I sense hate in your tone.
Like,
I premeditated what Michael B. Jordan's girlfriend would have looked like, and now that I've seen you've left me short. Like damn.
And she's Spanish, right?
So, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, she's Spanish. So you hating double.
She wouldn't be. She ain't in Wakanda either. I'll tell you that.
No, that's not happening.
I was just like, look, for as long as he's been single, I would assume that like he would, bring it home. And I was just like, oh, okay.
But how we know that's even his girl? That might be something he's just smashing. They took a pic together, and now it's like, they're a couple.
I mean,
in this day and age, you got to play women close to the vest. You know what I'm saying? Even if they not your girlfriend, you got to act like it. Because, you don't want them to get upset and say that you sexually harassed them later. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm serious. So you have to really be good to these women nowadays. Like, that's the thing to do.
Yeah.
So that might not even be his girl.
Well,
Ivy wasn't impressed. Ivy wasn't impressed.
I wasn't impressed.
Why are you hating on this young lady, Ivy?
Because
she don't want him to be happy.
I just want him to be single forever.
Exactly.
That's not going to happen, boo.
God, let me be mad.
Do you go see Marvel movies any other time?
Yeah. I saw like Thor. Is that a Marvel movie? I don't know.
That is definitely a Marvel movie.
My brothers.
It's definitely a Marvel movie.
Listen.
Marvel, DC, like Justice League something. Which wasn't that bad.
Justice League was
Captain
trash.
America.
Which was not that bad.
Stop.
Not that bad.
Okay, now Ivy brought in some hot topics of the week.
Yes.
I want to pay some bills, and then I want to come back to some of those hot topics of the week. Okay.
Sure.
You got some good stuff?
Sure. I mean, there's been some good stuff, some bad stuff going in. I came across an article by Forbes, and they talked about 2018's future moguls. And I wanted to mention this because
The Future Cash Kings of hip hop? Was that it or something else?
no, I'm not sure.
Okay.
The title was Hip Hop's Future Moguls Class of 2018.
Oh, I was a judge on that.
Oh, were you?
Look, Matt, I'm gonna pay some bills. We're gonna talk about
All right.
that. I want to see what you thought.
It's on the second page.
Okay.
And the
Hold on,
list.
let me do this commercial real quick.
Okay,
Hold on.
do your commercial.
That's what pay some bills means.
Yeah, go pay.
Ivy.
I'm sorry. Damn, my bad.
Now, Audible audiobooks are great for helping you be a better you, whether you want to feel healthier, get motivated, or learn something new. And with an unmatched selection of audiobooks, original audio shows, news, comedy, and more, today's sponsor, Audible, has all the audio content you need to start your year on the right foot. Try books that'll help you get your money right in 2018. Books like You Are a Badass at Making Money, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which my homie Paige was just reading. She had the nerve, her little young 24-year-old, to ask me if I've read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I was insulted. Yes, I've read that, but I need to read it again, so that was a good reminder. Crypto Assets, the investor's guide to Bitcoin and beyond. Whether it's on your phone, through your car, from a tablet, or at home on an Amazon Echo, you can get through tons of books while doing almost anything. And Audible even lets you switch seamlessly between devices, picking up exactly where you left off, okay? Start a 30-day trial today, and your first audiobook is free. Go to audible.com/idiots or text idiots to 500-500. That's audible.com. Idiots, IDIOTS, or text idiots to 500-500 for a 30-day trial and free first audio book. You can do it with audiobooks. You can do it with Audible. And Audible holds a special place in my heart because my book, Black Privilege Opportunity, comes to those who create it. I think I won Audible Book of the Year, if I'm not, Audio Self-Help Book of the Year or something like that.
Humble
That's what
brag.
it was, yeah.
Does that count as reading audiobooks?
I mean, you can.
It counts as listening.
Yeah, if somebody asks you if you read it, it's not like you're lying. If you be like, yeah,
I'm familiar.
I heard it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like a little white lie, though.
Yeah. No, I have a friend who's
tad
like, I read mad books, and he really just listens to mad books. And I just feel away, because I'm like, I took my time, and I really like I was shooting in the gym, like really, really reading, and you just in your room vacuuming, listening to
so y'all
Shaw's book.
still like holding the book in your hand and flipping the paper?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I just thought it was me because I'm old.
And Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Will Smith lives by that book. I still haven't read it, I'm not going to lie, but Will Smith like lives by that book. He talks about that book all the time, yeah. So
Right.
I'll borrow a copy.
All right, now let's get back to this show. Forbes list 2018. What, Ivy? What is?
Yes.
Charles been getting too much money because he
it's
forgot.
Hip Hop's
somehow he was a
Future
judge.
Moguls.
I did.
Class of 2018. So basically, we know moguls to be Diddy's and Jay-Z's, and now of our time, Drake's, Weeknd, Kendrick.
Yes.
And now they're putting a list together of artists that they think are going to be moguls very, very soon if they haven't become one already.
They've done this before. I think this is like the third year doing this. Who's my man Zach Greenberg? They've done it before.
Okay. So I'm looking at the list and I'm like, sheesh.
I'll tell you who I voted for and who I didn't vote for.
Okay.
What can we start with? What is a mogul? Is it a monetary number? Is it a certain net worth?
It's
like
basically your participation in your career and what you've done, the strides you made, the changes that you've accomplished in such a short time.
Think about who you see on the Forbes hip hop list every year, the Cash Kings. The Diddy's, the J's, the Drake now. Because it used to always be Diddy. It used to always be Diddy, J, Dre, Birdman, 50. But now it's like Drake has kind of replaced Birdman and 50.
Off music too.
Yeah.
So off music. So it's like just think what they're doing. These are the people we think are going to be doing it in the future.
Gotcha.
Right. So this list includes Cardi B, 21
I definitely voted
Savage.
for Cardi B. I voted for Cardi B.
Did you vote for 21 Savage?
I definitely voted for 21. I'm a huge 21 Savage fan.
How about Lil Pump?
Definitely did not vote for Lil Pump.
Okay. There's also Dave East.
I didn't vote for Dave East. I like Dave East.
That makes me happy though.
I didn't vote for Dave.
Yeah. Post Malone. I like Post Malone.
Reluctantly.
He just looks a little too crazy with them little hillbilly type of no shade.
He's
like he looks so crazy.
Honestly,
and lost.
like all feelings aside, he's gonna get that money, so he's
But
gonna be
he's
on that list.
an extraordinary artist.
I'm sorry.
Whoa.
I think he's trash.
You think he's
trash? Yes, I think he's trash. Okay, listen. Does he make good songs? Yes, I think he's a trash individual. The reason I think that he's going to be a future mogul is because he's such a chameleon. He knows how to play all angles. He's somehow fooled hip hop and made some of hip hop accept him. But then again, he still wants to do country, and then he's white enough looking, to.
He's got a lot of privilege.
He's got a lot of privilege to go into other lanes.
I'm gonna just
And
Yeah.
he throwing hip hop under the
Some
bus.
privilege coins. It's like,
Yeah.
Throwing hip hop under the
Whatever.
bus, saying shit like, if you want to listen to music that has feeling, don't listen to hip hop.
Hip-hop,
I don't.
yeah.
I don't fuck with Post Malone, but I can see where he's gonna get a bag.
yeah, same. He's gonna get a bag, but fuck him.
Yes. There's
Playboy?
also Playboy Cardi.
I think I voted for Cardi. Believe
Makes
I
me
did.
happy. That album bangs.
Really?
Yeah, his shit was mad.
I like to
smooth.
beg to defer.
I've never heard any Playboy Cardi music that I know.
Listen,
I thought
just
the album was
don't
smooth,
waste your
man.
time.
That was on my running playlist.
I tried.
It's trash. I've never
Like
listened. I'll be honest
honestly,
with
all right. So
Name a song.
perfect
What's the song?
example. Perfect example. The song that ASAP Ferg has on his album featuring Playboy Cardi. What is
Okay.
it? Madman. I think
make
one
me
of
a
those.
liar.
It was a great song until Cardi got on that
Okay,
verse.
that's a feature though. That's a feature.
It doesn't matter. You're displaying your skill, and your skill lacks.
All right, but you didn't like the album. You didn't think the album was
No, because
good.
all I was hearing was yeah.
Yeah, I thought it's. I
That
wasn't.
is not no. Like this
Maybe
shit
that's
is
what it was, 'cause
pissing
I
me
ran
off.
to it.
I had to grow into liking Magnolia.
Magnolia.
Oh,
I've heard
bangs.
that record.
That bangs.
I had to grow into liking Woke Up Like This. All those songs,
nope, that
it was
bangs.
like in my face to a point where it's like I just like it because it's around all the time. But it's not like I'm gonna hear. I'm like, yo,
It might have
listen
been-
to this right now.
Yeah, because honestly, the whole sound of the whole Playboy Cardi album kind of has a little bit of Magnolia. It'll like the.
And that's
Like it
case
has
in
that,
point. What
it has
the
that
fuck is
feel throughout the
that?
whole thing, and I was running to it. Like I was running like the Brooklyn Half Marathon, so it was on my like half of it was on my playlist. So I'm not gonna lie. I was
So
like,
you
damn,
like sounds.
Damn. I wasn't listening. I was hearing
we
it.
do listen to
As far as
music
hearing it, it was
for
smooth.
for a feeling. Some music
Yeah.
we listen to for a vibe,
Of course.
not necessarily looking for content.
It's not Black Thought, bro, but I did like the way my ears reacted to it.
So that's
Okay.
why y'all generation likes Magnolia Cardi, because sonically he's appealing to the ear. Like, what is he saying of substance? Like, what?
Nothing.
Nothing?
We don't look for that.
So when
we look
No,
for that,
you
we
look
go
for
to
it.
Kendrick, we go to Cole, we go to Jay. When we look to just have a good time, we don't want to hear Jay-Z and J. Cole in the club.
Yeah.
We want to
yeah.
hear Playboy, we want to hear Lil Pump, we want to hear all those.
No, we was
crazy
pre-gaming
songs.
one time and my boy put on J. Cole and I was like, bro, not now, bro.
You gonna
Yeah,
get sleepy and want to go to sleep.
These Kaepernick tunes, I was like, bro, I do not want Kaepernick bars right now. I'm like, bro, we are going out.
By the way, what y'all just said is exactly why I don't understand why people get so mad at certain artists from this era. Because even growing up, for me, it was the same exact way. And I grew up in the South. Like, sometimes I want to hear Hove. Sometimes I want to hear Project Pat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes I want to hear Biggie. Sometimes I want to hear freaking Juvenile. Like, but Juvenile can rap, though.
I was
Yeah.
gonna
Juvenile
say,
crap. I don't wanna say
like,
Juvenile.
As soon as you went on a rant, I was like, Juvenile really might be the perfect mix of both. Where he says some dope stuff, he got good lyrics, but he definitely still like just like
Little John. Little John was a great example.
Yeah.
Little John was
Took it and ran.
he was
That
a
whole
human
era.
ad lib.
Yeah.
a '98 Mercedes
A
and baby, I
human
bought
ad-lib.
that.
He
I
was.
was like, all right. I was like, Juvie, bro.
Yeah.
Who else was on there?
Tyler the Creator.
Which I was shocked he hasn't been on the list before, because I feel
Yeah.
like Tyler's already a mini mogul. I voted for Tyler.
Absolutely.
Tyler got some Pharrell in him in a good way. In
Yeah.
a real good way.
Then there's two left, which is Vic Mensa and Wonder Girl.
I'm not even familiar with who Wonder Girl is. I didn't even hear her name.
Wonder
until
Girl
now.
is a producer.
She's a
She
producer.
produced Crown, Jay-Z.
Oh.
And then she
okay.
also worked with like Rihanna and another artist.
Gotcha.
But yeah, she's like super young. She worked on Crown when she was like 16 years old.
I thought that was New Marvel. I'm gonna have to look that up.
I
don't know
definitely
why.
voted for Vic Mensa. I don't know what type of mogul Vince is going to be, but I like Vince. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And I feel like whenever you stand on a foundation of substance and a foundation of truth and a foundation of something that is bigger than you, because I feel like Vic uses his art to deliver a certain type of messaging. And I feel like when you do that, eventually you reap rewards for that.
For sure.
Absolutely. I think he's definitely underrated. I feel like he has so much talent and he produces such good music, and it kind of just goes over people's head, you know. So it's time.
I thought Vic was gonna
Vic to-
pop more than Chance, to be honest. Like when they were both kind of coming up, like Chi-Town, like just listening to like a little bit of acid rap, a little bit of Vic's or whatever. Like I don't know, like Vic had a little bit of rock in him, and like Chance had a little bit of gospel, and I was like, the rock gonna go further because like. Like we said, like Post Malone, not to ever compare them, but like I thought Vic was gonna pop a little bit more than Chance, and
Yeah, I
but
first saw Vic in like 2012, 2013. He was performing at the MTV Woody Awards. It was it was a Save Money clip. But Chance wasn't there, and I was like, yo, this kid is dope.
yeah, now he could sing too, like yeah. So I don't know, it's just sad sometimes. He's been through a lot, and you could tell, hear it. He don't hide it in his interviews. You see it in his music. You know what I mean?
Chicago
I
one,
know,
man.
but you could tell it's really like some post-traumatic stress like stuff.
Oh yeah,
like,
he's lived a full life.
Yeah, like
For
my
sure.
homie tried to hang himself. Like I'm like, dang, this is.
But
dark.
those are the
This is
best people
dark.
to tell these type of stories.
Yes,
You know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying? Those are the best prophets. People who have actually been through shit. Because they know how to tell somebody else or show somebody else a different type of perspective so that they could avoid living that same type of life.
I'm convinced the best creatives come from Chicago. I'm really
or
convinced
Virginia.
about that.
I'm gonna put Virginia in there. We got Pharrell, we got Pusha T, we got Chris Brown, we got. I'm not gonna say Trey Songz, but he's on the list somewhere.
I don't know if they fucking with Chicago, bro.
I mean, yes. I mean, there's heavy hitters. I really do got love for Virginia, and I feel like nobody talks about it. Like,
No, you're
Pusha T,
absolutely
the
right.
Clips, Pharrell, NERD, Chris Brown. Like, once you put Chris Brown, it's like that's a big piece to pull. Like, stop releasing music, bro. Take a second, but that's a big piece. So I don't know, but Chicago is like, I mean,
They're very visual. Like you think about Kanye, you think about Chance, you think about creatives like Lena Waithe. Like they're very, very visual people.
Common is one of those people I met and I got it, and I was like, I don't feel like no disrespect to Common at all. He's always been a figure, but like once I met him, like he did a movie with Liam Neeson. And Liam Neeson played Liam Neeson. He gonna kill some people. You already know how it's gonna go. And Common got casted as like the villain, and he literally was like an android from Dragon Ball Z. Like they gave him a little scope eye, and he was just a sniper. And he did a good job. And he did the carpet. And Revolt was cool because some of the relationships would just be, I know Puff, so I'm gonna treat you nice. And then other times I had to really earn it. Like when people didn't know, or at the time 100, they're like, Revolt, what is this? Like a blog? And I'm like, come on, man. So we did Common, and
It's kind of like a blog. This is a little step above a blog. A blog that comes on TV.
And he literally like got a couple got 2 questions in on a carpet, and you know how those go, Charlotte. It's politics. Like the PR people's pulling them to get them the best looks. They managers is making sure they be in whatever. They trying to get away. Most times they don't want to be there. And Common gave me like 2-3 questions, and they pulled. They tapped me, and I'm like off camera, like get on. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm out. And he literally finished the carpet and came back. And he was like, yo, little bro, did you need more? He was like, it seemed like you ain't get what you needed. And I was like, I ain't trying to like be greedy. I was like, but I got a couple more questions. And he literally came back from the carpet to answer more questions with me.
Dope.
And then at the end, I was like, yo, can I have $1? I was like, you getting money out here with Liam Neeson. Can I have $1? His first album.
Said, can I borrow $1?
There you go.
That was the name of the album.
Can I borrow $1?
Yeah,
I think I said it right at the time.
Okay.
I gotta go back, but I'm pretty sure I definitely said it right at the time because he would have corrected me too. And he was like, "What you know about that, youngin?" He was like, that album came out before you was born." And then Dap didn't go, and I was like, "Damn!" Like I kind of get it. Like it's moments like that. Like I'm like, I get it. Like I finally get it. Like it's not just a TV thing or a follow or you in the Shy or whatever. Like you was just with Lena. Last night?
I was with Lena last night. I hosted a event that 92Y did. So they did a screening of The Shy, which is phenomenal if you haven't watched it on Showtime. And then we had a one-on-one conversation. Had her on the Breakfast Club this week too. But like that's what I mean. Like when you just sit around and have conversations with her. Like my homegirl Jazz, salute to Jazz Fly. Jazz Fly is sharp like that. She's visual like that. You know what I mean? She gives me.
Did she work on that?
No, but I'm just saying, like, she's from Chicago.
Okay.
So it's just something that's very clear about people from Chicago's vision. They know exactly what they want to do, how they want to do it, when they want to do it. And it's almost like I've been wondering about this. I was asking Lena and I was asking Jazz, and it was just like the one thing I got from both of them is that nobody stifled their dreams. Even growing up in a place as gritty as Chicago, where socially it is, it's rough. You know what I'm saying? People are getting killed every day. Nobody ever told them that they couldn't do
it. Yeah.
What it is that they wanted to do.
Because people in New York will do you like that. I don't know if it's just because there's too many people. People in New York will be like, yeah, you should stop that, bro. You should really get up on out here, get you a little $80K and some benefits and stop this TV talk.
Well, I had an aunt, I call her my cousin aunt, and when I was expressing my dreams and I first got an internship at the radio station and what I wanted to do, she told me not to set my dreams so high.
Yeah, that's in the book.
She said that if you set your dreams very high, when you don't achieve them, you're going to be disappointed. And I was like, that's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my motherfucking life.
I was like, I'm sure she probably never followed hers.
She probably quit on her dreams. Yo, bro,
her,
you got to stop listening to people that quit on their own dreams, bro. Get away from me with that. Get away from me. You quit on your dreams, you settled. Bro, because I had teachers, like, that's dangerous to have a teacher who settled on their dreams, and it's her job to give me mine. And I'm sitting there like,
Yeah.
Some off with you, and I know it ain't. I'm like, you quit on your stuff, so don't come here and tell me like I got 10 years to mess up. You know what I mean? I can always start over at 35. Like, why not?
What do y'all think about dealing with reality? And what I mean by that is we live in America, and America puts celebrity on a pedestal. So it's like if you're not famous or super rich, you consider yourself not successful. What about the chef? You know what I'm saying? Who's making a nice living, or the attorney that people don't know about, but they're making a great living. Like, what about just a regular everyday person who's making a decent living and that's happy?
Yeah, I think that's important. I feel like your self-happiness is important more than all things. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck the fame and stuff like that. People who really work toward fame, I think they have it twisted, you know, because a lot of people who have fame started with a passion. And it doesn't matter if you get $150K a year or $50K a year. If it makes you happy, that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? And that's the most fulfilling thing of all things. And I think that it's always a misconception with what society frames success to be, you know? And it's really what you want it to be. You live your own life. They don't pay your bills.
Yeah.
You know, they can't tell you how to live.
Yeah.
So it really just goes down to just knowing yourself.
America has an unhealthy obsession with celebrity.
Yeah.
And we only equate success to celebrity. And that's why we have a celebrity in chief in the White House. And that's why you crazy motherfuckers want to put another celebrity in chief in the White House.
I was oh man.
Oh, boy.
I want to get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Tell me your thoughts on the Forbes list, Ivy. What did you think of that? Because you look disgusted after you read all those names.
I wasn't disgusted, but I was just like, where did we go? You know? Like, how did some people creep in this list?
Like who? Give me some names.
Like Lil Pump.
I don't listen to this.
Anything with a Lil, I'm just already like, meh.
Ah, don't say that.
Except for Lil Wayne.
I was gonna say when Lil Wayne really like
Lil Wayne.
Yeah,
really
we say
created-
that, but yeah, Lil Wayne, Lil
But
John.
And
There's
once-
some little legends out here.
There's some Lil legends.
Bow Wow,
but the Lils right now,
you gotta give it to him.
like,
Lil
come
Bow Wow
on.
was a legend.
Lil Bow Wow's jersey was in
Lil
the
Bow
rafters.
Wow is a whole legend.
Little
I
Bow
don't
Wow's
wanna hear
jersey was in the
nothing.
rafters before he was 30.
You bugging out.
Before he was
so hype.
before he was
Bow
30,
Wow
his
was-
jersey was in the rafters. Like
Exactly.
literally, like came straight out of not even high school. Like
He was
he
like
came out of
12.
elementary school, bro. Like no,
Represent that.
stop playing Bow Wow, bro. Like and yeah, he need to stop playing himself too. But like
Yeah, that's
Bow Wow's
true.
a legend, unarguably. You can't take them years from him.
Why is he a whole legend, Ivy? You said a whole legend as
He-
opposed to a half or a quarter of
Well, one, that's just like how I talk. But, but he was my Cardi B in the best analogy possible.
Bow Wow ain't never been dope as Cardi B, but continue.
What? When I was like 10 years old, he was as poppin' as Cardi B.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. He was.
He
was selling out
was.
the garden and all. Did you ever go to a
Yes.
Scream tour?
No, not at all. My parents wasn't having it. But the influence that he had, especially on kids my age at the time, it was incredible. That was a great time in music. Like, he was killing it.
It's just a damn shame Lil Bow Wow had to grow up to be Shad Moss. Shad
I'm your
Moss
number
is
one
trash.
fan. But he's also bagged some of the most beautiful women.
Yeah.
Little Bow Wow did.
Yes.
We ain't seen Shad
that's what-
Moss bag
But
nothing
that's
of
what I'm saying.
quality.
Once you put up them numbers, you can't take that back. Like I know you play me for being a Tracy McGrady fan, but like, bruh, the knees went out, the back, but he was already a GOAT. It was like, bro.
No, he wasn't.
So oh my God, bro.
He was
Oh
a great player. He wasn't a GOAT yet.
He was supposed to be better than Kobe, and I'm
Bow
gonna
Wow
keep
just
saying
needs to
this.
stop
I'm going to
trying to,
keep
like-
saying this. He was more talented naturally, and
I
we're
don't
not going
believe
to
that.
sports, but they all have a reason, bro. Cardi B had the best nothing to something year ever. I
Yeah.
think ever.
Ever.
Nobody like think of a year where somebody was at 0 and they ended up at really on
100.
100.
But see, I
Really.
guess this is the thing.
And she
for
wasn't
me.
at 0, no disrespect. I
Yeah.
met her when she had 900K followers.
That's what I'm
You know what I mean?
saying,
But she
like-
was typecast and in a box where she was like, she just the Bronx chick. Bruh, I mean,
Like a stripper girl who does videos in the locker
that's
room.
what I'm saying. She's just a funny little,
That's new to y'all
ratchet.
era.
And she's broken that. She's broken.
But that's new to y'all era. We've seen Trina, who was a stripper turned rapper. Eve.
Yeah.
Who, for whatever reason, people never put into the top 3 female rappers of all time.
Yeah.
Eve had her own TV show for like 4 or 5 seasons. She was
Yes.
in movies, like her clothing line, like, and she was, not only was Eve a stripper, Eve was on video pussy popping herself with a dildo with Stevie J. So we've seen this transition.
That was before social media, though.
Before.
You could,
You know what I mean?
It was Wild Wild West before that.
But it was out there, though.
Yeah,
I'm just
it
saying,
was,
like,
yeah.
we've seen the stripper turn rapper, superstar.
But I guess the only difference is that now that we have the internet and everything is in our face, we literally witness every moment in somebody's career.
The whole glow up.
Yeah. So with Trina and with Eve, like, we saw it, but it wasn't like every moment in our eyes. Like, we saw Cardi on a daily, you know, like everything, what she was eating, where she was at, what she had to say, and that is what made everybody fall in love with her before she even blew up. So when she did, it was just like twice the celebration.
Yeah. But
Real quick about Bow Wow. The problem with Bow Wow, the problem with Shad Moss is he doesn't realize he's not little Bow Wow anymore.
Yes, this is true.
Yo.
This is true.
I'm serious.
But I can't judge him because I never been there that young, and neither have you. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you got your first, like, okay, I'm slightly comfortable at 31. Bow Wow got his at 15. You know what I mean? M's at 15.
Yeah.
Just like when people judge Justin Bieber, I'm like, how could you relate?
Yeah,
How could you relate, bro? I done bought the whole Airbnb villa in Anguilla. You know what I mean?
He's always
I'm 15.
Yep.
I'm going to pee on some stuff too, probably.
Well,
like, I
had that
you
same
gave me
villa.
too much money too early. Like,
in Anguilla, by the way. All right, I
we in
know-
Anguilla, baby.
I was in that same villa. All right, okay. I know exactly what you're talking about. I mean, I didn't get it at 15 or what. And he wasn't 15. He was in. It was like 2 years ago. I know that for a fact. They gave me a tour of it. Okay, but yeah. I mean, but it's just, but we know nobody's chasing Bow Wow out the mall anymore.
Yeah, no.
And he literally put a video up. Like, was it last year?
Yes.
I'm like,
Oh
yo,
my
that was the first Bow Wow
he-
challenge.
yo, he-
Nobody was chasing you out the mall,
Yo,
Bow.
he gotta stop, bro. That video.
He just got to stop playing himself.
Like, they don't
He
know
got to
it's
stop
me.
trying to get people fired on Twitter.
don't
He
know
just
it's
got to
me.
stop all the madness and just do what he has to do in the works.
Oh, I
He'll be
hated that
great.
video.
don't
When
know
he was
it's
walking with the hoodie on.
They don't know it's
Me, oh shit, nigga, they
Of
don't
course they know it's you.
That's my favorite. So, yo, that, like, he was like, they don't even know it's me.
No, they know it's you. They know it's
I was
Shad
like, they
Moss.
know, they just
don't
don't
give a
care.
fuck
They don't
about
care,
Shad
bro.
Moss. If he was little Bow Wow,
don't care.
they would give a fuck.
Well, yeah, man.
Who
know,
else,
he
who
bought his
else on
mama
that
crib.
list you don't like?
Listen,
Just Pump?
But
I already expressed my feelings about Cardi.
Pump
And-
is the gentrification
And
pick.
21
that's why he's
Savage,
there.
I'm just like, I love him.
But he moves
as
smart.
an artist.
The Drake cosign. He with Amber. He do rap. He
I
does
just-
have
I need
a
him to
certain unique
perform.
flow.
He doesn't sell
And
me
he's
as a
kinda likable.
performer. I
Nah,
love
yeah, his
his
stage
music
don't even get
until
into
I
stage
see him
performance. He don't
live,
even-
and that's what I feel like
I
puts
just-
him.
Y'all not
Like-
gonna respect 21 till he gets Amber pregnant. I already like 21.
No.
21 made some. He made the
I
smart
stopped
moves.
respecting 21 once he saved. Once he was Captain Sable.
How was he captain? What you mean?
Wait.
You talking
At
about
the
the
slut
slut walk,
walk?
which was nothing wrong with. That's you and your girl business.
Yo,
What's wrong with repping what your girls
That's
repping?
you and your girl. Like
it's
just
just that watching 21 Savage go from.
so now you don't. Now
some-
he not gangster. Now them bodies
No,
disappear.
No, it's just like, what happened?
But
Bro,
you a
he-
woman,
he-
Ivy. Don't
she
you like
threw it on him.
allies? Don't you want an ally
Of course.
in the
It's
feminism
just
struggle?
it's an odd ally.
I mean, like I said, smart moves, bro. Drake co-signed. He with Amber. He got probably a little bit of feminist. He got the hood. He don't sound like nobody else. Nobody sounds like him. He does have bars. Like there's a reason 21.
person-
There's a reason he stood out.
records.
Yeah, there's a reason he stood out.
yeah.
No, like
a person who will shoot somebody's house till somebody die. That's
yes,
what he said.
yes. He said, "Wet your
To
mama
be-
house, wet your daddy house. Keep shooting
Till
un-
somebody die.
That's like a mild 50 Cent bar. Like,
But now he wants to do that to misogynistic people and chauvinists. You know what I'm saying? You feminists should be happy to have him on his side. I'm telling you, you're not gonna respect him until he gets Amber
50
pregnant.
said, God's on your
Dios
side.
mío.
I think
I'm
Amber's
alright
pregnant
with
right
that,
now, to
'cause
be
we
honest
gonna
with you.
reload them
Ay,
clips
Dios
and come
mío.
right back. They all have a reason. 21 Savage moves smart. Lil Pump, the little gentrification pick. Dave East is the culture. He's like Baby Nas in a sense. You know what I mean?
Stop it. No, let's not do that.
Come
Let's not
on.
do that.
I'm talking about
like
as
he needs
far
to
as
do
like
more.
being more low key, but keeping to his roots, keeping his niche audience. Like
Yeah, but when you say
Dave ain't
Baby
switch
Nas,
up for
like, you
nobody.
gotta have like those.
I mean, he signed to Nas. You know
those
what I mean?
bars, and then Dave is nice.
That's what I'm saying.
But I don't like when people do that when it comes to the legends like Nas. Like that's the same thing that
I
happened.
shouldn't throw it out that way. You're right.
You're
You're
Memphis
right.
Bleaking him.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is Memphis Bleak was really good. But when Jay-Z says, yo, you it's the next me. We all was waiting on that so much that we didn't appreciate what Bleak was doing.
Yep.
So that's kind of like hurt Bleak
That's
in
right.
the
It
long run. I don't
definitely
want that to
did.
happen to Dave.
Tell me if it's like
Post
that.
Malone is just so much privilege he gonna get in any door for the most part. Playboy Cardi is a surprise, but that
Yeah.
surprises me. Not gonna lie. Tyler, the creator, like I said,
he's
is
a mini mogul.
Like,
out of it.
he's a
majority
baby
of the list
Pharrell.
is cool, but it's just some that I would be like,
And Tyler also has, I would say, some of the most loyal fans ever. Like,
Yeah.
like Flower Boy, and like when you meet a Tyler the Creator fan, it's like when you meet a what's his name? Oh dang, Man on the Moon. Cuddy fans. Like,
Yo.
you don't understand it, but I'm gonna stop talking to you after
There is
15
no
minutes
fan
because I'm
like a
tired
Cudi
of
fan.
hearing your mouth about this artist.
And
And that's
Tyler's-
how Tyler Creator fans are. Like, you can't tell them nothing. And once you get following fans like that, like talking about depression and all the things he talks about, like people
Flirting with the gay thing. That's
what I'm saying.
important.
He's very.
One foot out the closet.
I still don't
one
know if
foot
he's.
in. We
I still don't know if he's serious or not. He's
Yeah.
kind of trolling, kind of kidding. You know what I mean? But they know it's not hate at all. They know it's love. They love that. So Tyler's good bread. Vic is, Vic has been working.
He
I don't
can
know.
make it.
Yeah, he's just been climbing. And Wonder Girl, I'm not familiar with, but I'm gonna get woke. So
3 people I voted for didn't make the list because nobody else voted for them. Offset. And they said the reason Offset couldn't make the list is because he already made the list with the Migos. But I think Offset's going to put out a solo album, and I think Offset's going to take off.
So that relationship. Wow, that's a nice.
Wow,
That's
no
bars.
pun
That was
intended.
great. Not even mean
Bars,
it.
bars.
Like, I think he's going to take off. I really do.
So Offset is helping Cardi. Cardi's helping Offset more than Offset's helping Cardi.
I don't think.
It's
to be honest-
equal.
Yeah, I think it's equal.
Okay,
I think
okay.
we're excited to see both of them. I think it happened at the right time. I think, Offset, because, Bad and Bougie was Offset's record. It was Offset and Uzi.
Do it
And
look
then
like-
they got Quavo on.
Do it look like I got left off Bad and Bougie?
Yeah.
Do it look?
I mean, it does.
But actually, it
Yeah,
does.
I mean, you weren't on the song Takeoff, but it's like, yeah, I think Offset's gonna have a solo album, and that's gonna put him in even a greater lane.
Yeah.
I also voted for King Combs.
Okay.
I mean, listen, that's Diddy's son.
I mean, yeah.
Even if it's just an inheritance, he will be a future mogul.
What is it called when you
Yeah.
get to a certain age? There's another word for it. Like when you're 35, you just
He just came out with a song with
just get
Smokey
some-
Margella.
That-
It
the
wasn't
freestyle
bad.
where he-
Savage joint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
What I will say is he's got Puff type of
Everything.
like when I
Type.
met him, I was like,
He
I'm like,
is.
bro,
He's
like
the rebirth of Puff.
like
Literally.
Quincy is mad cool, approachable. Quincy's talented. You know what I mean? But like really King Comb, like he really he like, nah, y'all don't even y'all don't
be
really
Diddy
even
bopping.
like he got a air to him, and I was like, bro, he really the heir to this whole Comb thing. When he jumped out the Jeep in the freestyle, I was like, okay, I gotta
It's an air that's missing
honor
too,
that.
though.
I gotta honor that.
It's an air that's missing. I think the game is always better when you got these smooth talking, slick rap motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I was talking to my man Relly on Smash the other day, and he was saying how he really likes Justin because Justin puts him in the same vein of the old Mace and Fabulous. And,
I hope he adopts more
Loon.
Mace than his father. Like I hope that's the lane he kind of goes with. And that whole Mace conversation disturbed me. So we won't even.
What Mace conversation?
The whole Mace conversation about like I just didn't know like when he did the Angie interview, which was a really good interview. I just didn't know people didn't love Mace. Like that was one of those things. I'm like, this is
Do
universally
you really
understood.
want to hurt Mace?
But I thought it was universally understood that Mace was nice.
Explain a little.
That he
Explain.
Mace influenced Drake. Like I feel like a lot of dudes.
When?
Oh my god! Like
How did Mace influence Drake?
like I just like I
feel like
don't know.
Mace
Like
is a big influence to a lot of these
Yeah.
smooth talking rappers.
Yeah.
Any rapper that has made some type of a song dedicated to a girl is absolutely
it's Mace or
influenced by
LL.
Mace.
It's one of the two. One of the two. Like where it stopped being about like gun clapping or whatever the case may be, and it was just like you know what I mean? I was murdered. P Diddy named me pretty. Like it's just a certain type of feel where it was like y'all relax, bro. Like y'all relax with this hyper masculine rap stuff. Like we out here trying to kill, get money, keep good vibes. Like I don't know. I feel like Mace got sage. I feel like he be chilling, man. I don't know, bro.
Contrary to popular
I feel like he'd be
belief,
cooler.
I don't dislike Mace.
Yeah.
I've never disliked Mace. My thing was I missed the moment when Mace was this super lyrical genius that certain people are trying to say that he is.
You
They're
said
like,
Craig Mack over Mace, right? You
No,
just said-
I didn't
oh,
say
okay,
that.
okay.
I said if you top 7 bad boy rappers, right? To me, Biggie Smalls,
Of course.
and this is no order other than Biggie and Jada at number 1 and number 2. All right.
Okay.
Then you got Styles, right? Oh, man, and Biggie, Jada, Styles, those the guys. And then I'm gonna say Black Rob, then Sheik, then G-Dep, and then Mace.
What about Kim?
He wasn't signed to Bad Boy.
Oh, okay.
She wasn't
You
signed
saying
to
Bad Boy?
Yeah,
Bad Boy. Okay.
and everybody I talk to from Bad Boy, when it's just about bars, it ain't about nothing else. Not about who's the biggest artist, not about who sold the most records, just lyrics. Always puts Mace at 5. They told me I was wilding with G-Dep. They did, but they always got Mace at 5, and a lot of them put Mace over Sheik. So
I put Mace over Sheik.
Yeah,
for sure.
So it's Biggie,
not over Jada though.
Biggie, Jada, Styles, Black Rob, and Mace.
Okay.
Black Rob was nice.
Nah, yeah, but
I don't know why people act like Black Rob wasn't
does
nice.
he have one album?
Two? I mean, more. He had 2 on Bad Boy. It was Life Story and The Rob Report.
Yeah, the Rob Report's fire.
But there was never a time when anybody was looking at Mace like they look at Big lyrically, or look at Mace like they look at Jada lyrically.
Because I knew he wrote those records, like a couple of those records. So I was like, you got that's like, yeah, you're not you eating off financially off the writing, whatever. Hopefully, but you're not getting credit for being on the track or whatever. But I'm like, I still gotta file that towards you as a big win. Like, imagine if that was Mace's record.
I didn't like what he said on Angie interview about basically keeping the lights on at Bad Boy, because that's not true. The person who kept the lights on at Bad Boy,
that was a little
was
cocky.
Sean Combs.
Sean Combs kept the lights on. Yes.
After
Sean
Biggie
Combs.
died, the next thing out was "I'll Be Missing You." You know who wrote "I'll Be Missing You"? Sauce Money. So if you're bragging that your pen kept Bad Boy alive, then what did Sauce Money's pen do? Because "I'll Be Missing You" set up the No Way Out album. You know, and I don't know what he contributed to No Way Out album, but even still, you can't act like Puffy star power is what enabled you, Mace, to be able to shine. So I just thought that was a little crazy, some crazy talk going on.
I guess why I give Mace like a big type of stimulus package is because I feel like Mace could still survive in 2018 as an MC. Like the fact that the fact that he went past the Mason and all that stuff, and I feel like, no disrespect to Sheik or Jada could definitely still survive. He has no bad verses.
He is still surviving.
He's batting 1,000. Freddie versus Jada. Like Big could obviously still be here, but G-Dep, Craig. Not really to me. I think Mace could, like, I still hope Drake puts out some type of Take Care type of feel, new vibe, and puts Mace on the track and just lets him be him. And I feel like it'll pop.
G-Dep's in prison. Craig Mack has a colt in South Carolina.
I'm saying so.
Ivy, what do you think of Mace?
I love Mace. I am a huge fan of Mace. Harlem World is a great album. I think it's a New York classic.
That shit is whack.
No, it's not.
In hindsight, if you go back and listen to Harlem World, that shit is trash.
The
it did
best
not
song
age
is
well.
Jealous Guys when he's singing with
What?
Yo,
that shit is horrible.
But who could make a song like that and really put it on an album? And have that shit be
Shaw doesn't
hard.
like that because it reminds him. What's the Drake song he hates? Marvin's Room. It reminds me of that.
Let me tell you something.
Why.
Listen.
No, come on, man.
People at Bad Boy will tell you right now.
I didn't even mean to take this.
Feel so good. What you want?
Dope. Those are the singles, though. Everything else is filler. I'm gonna name you the songs for you.
Okay.
Do You Want to Get Money featuring Puff Daddy?
Yes, I do.
Do you remember that? Do you even remember that record? No.
Do You Want to Get Money?
That's the first song on the album. Do You Want to Get Money featuring Puff Daddy?
I feel like I need to hear it. I feel like I hear that album all the time.
Oh, let's see. Hold on.
Got a little bop.
You don't remember this?
Oh, yes.
And this is whack too, like whack.
To my demo. Now they want to sit in my limo.
Come on, I really like this. This is mid-grade.
Bro, if you can bop to it, it's good, bro. Like, as soon as you turn that joint on.
Take What's Yours featuring DMX.
That song is hard.
Good record. That's a good record.
X got him, but yeah.
Will They Die For You?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a good question.
Looking At Me is trash in hindsight. Y'all love that because that's the single.
Out.
Go back and listen to Looking At Me now.
No, you just want to be in your opinion. You have to give that song credit. You have to give that album credit.
But I think
song by song.
A lot of it is nostalgia too, though, because you remember where you were at when you was hearing these records.
That's true.
Yeah.
But they didn't age well.
But they still hit.
Love You So by Billy Lawrence.
Who?
Love You So featuring Billy Lawrence.
Who?
You don't remember that? Let's play it.
Let's play it. Let's play it.
Harlem World.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Come on.
That's such a Bad Boy record.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
The classic, like, what is that, 80s sample?
That's
Puff is so good for that, man.
The Play Away featuring 8 Ball and MJG. Remember
yes,
that one?
The Play Away.
Okay record.
Yes.
This is the best song on the album right here. This is the best record on the album.
Yes. Do you
Niggas
really want to
act?
Oh yeah.
Featuring Busta Rhymes.
And you saying that because that's the most like hip hop type of like Mace had to adjust a little bit for Busta, like and like be a little bit out of his lane.
I just like the record. That and What You Want are my favorite records on that album. Everything else is trash. On 24 Hours to Live,
24 hours.
24 hours to live.
Don't say it that way.
Record, but he gets washed on that record by everybody.
Yeah, but that's what that record means. It's like he could have been a hater and cut verses, and he was like, damn, everybody gonna come like this. 24 Hours to Live, like
he's a pretty rapper.
First of all,
you can't expect like all this.
He's not
toughness.
Jada. Yeah, you mean yeah. So
Y'all love him so much. Why he ain't popping right now? Why y'all not keeping his legacy alive? Why when he puts
I
out music?
keep his legacy alive on my own.
I didn't mean to go in this tangent or whatever, but I just feel like Mace could, at his age or whatever,
He should be doing
still
more.
be pretty comfortable in the game. Like I still think,
I think
he
made
could put some numbers
a
up.
EDM record or something. He did
I saw that.
Yeah.
And
So
he was
he's
still dressing like it's the 90s. Still had on the baggy ass
of course
shiny
because that's
suit.
what he's known for, and a lot of artists today dress like that as well. And a lot of people's swagger are influenced by that era where Mace and Diddy were dressing the way that they were dressing.
Well, I wish Mace the best. I promised myself I wasn't going to talk about Mace in 2018.
My bad.
Just
Here we are.
I apologize.
That'll be the last time. What else we got? Hot topics. Oh, Partisan Fontaine was the last person I voted for on the Cash King list.
Oh yes.
Shout out to Jersey.
No, he's from Newboro, New York.
Didn't he write
Newburgh.
Cardi song?
I don't know anything about that. He's from
He's from Newburgh? Oh, Newburgh,
Newburgh,
New
New York.
York.
Rumors.
Okay, because what's
Yeah.
the hospital? St. Luke's? That's in New York?
Yeah, Newburgh.
The one that's
like
on his cover, the
upstate
St.
New York.
Luke's, because what's the name manages him? Neil.
Neil.
That
Yeah.
shout out to Neil who manages Bryson or whatever. He left, I think like year 1 into Revolt, and like he's been doing his thing, and he's Jersey, so maybe that's why I thought it. But okay, Newburgh, New York.
Partisan is
going
going to be a star.
St. Luke's, yeah.
Yeah.
He's cool too. He's mad cool.
He's mad cool.
He's mad cool.
I've been saying that for a couple years. I
See you co-signing him.
I've been saying it for a couple years. I used to like his album. He had a song in it called Bobby Brown, and Hooper They Rap. And I think his videos are really dope, really funny.
Like his branding with the Section 8 sex symbol. It's like funny. Like, yeah, no, he's cool.
He's got
dope.
a lot of Redman, Ludacris, Method Man in him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I think Party gonna be. I think he's gonna be A-okay.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a star.
He's gotten love though. I've seen Fab talk about him. I've seen Khaled talk about him.
They did a remix together. Fab and Partisan. They did a remix to In the Field.
Yeah,
so it's
exactly.
Fab and Casanova on there. So
Nah, he gonna be good. Oh, Cass is on there?
Cass is on there, but nobody else voted for him.
Yeah. That makes sense, Shaw. You above the wave with that one.
I'm usually ahead of the curve.
Mogul, I don't know, but he ain't gonna be in the game. He gonna be good.
I mean, I think he could be a mogul because, for all we know, he could be doing stuff behind the scenes now that we don't know about. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people stack their chips doing other things before you actually see them,
That's real.
see their face. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
Hold a lot, show little.
That's a big fact. But back to these topics. I know you were talking about how Chicago kind of breeds some of the most creative people. And of course, out of Chicago is Kanye West. And as much as people try to depict him as some crazy lunatic, which he probably is, he's still a great guy. He still has a big heart.
Yeah.
Right. And that showed the other day when he had called a girl who was kind of in her last days fighting cancer, and he rapped for her over the phone, and I thought that was an amazing thing for him to do. Kind of just made her life before she passed. She passed yesterday, and I kind of felt this news in more ways than one, just because I lost a friend recently from cancer, and I also heard an episode from Carly Hustle's podcast, Brutally Honest. And her latest episode was Technicolor and Surround Sound, which was...
Rest in peace to Combat Jack.
Yes.
Reggie our guy.
Yes, and it was basically her, fondest memory of him, and it was beautifully said. So, definitely rest in peace, Combat Jack. I just needed to throw that in there. But on to better things. The Golden Globes was amazing just for what it stood for outside of the whole purpose of the ceremony. To
That shit
see
was
so
too white
many.
for me, man.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was sitting there watching, like
I don't really watch things like that.
salute to Sterling Brown is his name.
Sterling
Yeah,
K. Brown.
Sterling
This
K.
is
Brown.
us, yeah.
I'm glad he won his award. What I didn't like is how he kept thanking the white man for writing a role for a black
Made for
person.
a black person, yeah.
I don't think that deserved a thank you. That deserved about goddamn time.
Yeah.
That's when you go up there and you tell these motherfuckers, this is what happens when you actually go into these rooms and think about black people. When you write roles for black people and then go get talented black people to be in these roles, guess what? We can be up here winning Golden Globes, get off your own white dicks, and start looking outside of yourselves. That didn't deserve a thank you. Fuck, what are you thanking him for doing what he's supposed to be doing?
Yeah, you need to start pitching speeches to people so that they can start reciting.
I didn't like.
No, he doesn't.
I was happy he won the award, but I didn't like that. He was like, "Thank you for writing the role for."
So you
a
took
black
that
person.
as
He
like
was
a
just being
house
thankful.
type of.
Nah, I didn't think he was being a house nigga. I didn't think that at all. I just didn't. I just don't see why that deserved a thank you.
Yeah,
it really,
I
I don't
also
think
don't-
it had to do with color though. It was just a genuine thank you. You know what I'm saying? He gave him an
I also
opportunity.
don't get. I also would be even weird for him to go up there and flex. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he had to thank him like that. But for him to go out there and be like, yeah, y'all should have, y'all. Blah.
You're right.
That would have been like,
You're
okay,
right.
well, season 2, let's rethink.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
he
Like,
should have just said. He should have said, "Yo, thank you for writing."
should have just
me the
talked about
role.
himself or something. You know what I mean?
I'll say thank you for writing me the role, but
Yeah.
this is what happened.
More
you gotta,
opportunities,
You
yeah.
got to use those opportunities.
You gotta take your
to
little-
teach.
take your little lesson. Yeah,
man.
for sure.
You don't act like this guy did you a favor.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He ain't doing him no favors. Yeah, he earned that role. You
Right.
worked as an actor, and luckily the culture and timing caught up with you for you to get this opportunity. We see it was a hit. I still haven't watched the show because I don't feel like crying, but people are loving it. I'm tired of this first black anything. Like, I'm so tired
This
of
is
like,
really good.
he was like the first black this. Oprah was the first black that. Like, oh my God, man. Like,
Yeah.
how are there still first black anything? Like, I don't get it. I
Well, I don't look for those.
confused.
I don't look for those type of shows to validate our people's greatness.
Okay,
anyway.
that's fair. Yeah.
Oprah's
Yeah.
Oprah, regardless of whether she got the freaking Cecil B. Dennis Award. I think that's the name, Cecil B. Dennis, or whatever it was.
We know
But
Oprah. We don't know her exactly. But.
what do y'all think of Oprah saying she wants? Well, she never said that. That's the other thing that's bugging me out.
Yeah.
How
she
did
never
that
said
speech turn into her wanting to run for president?
Twitter.
in
It just
2020?
gave
Twitter.
Michelle vibes.
Twitter.
It
Wait.
gave Michelle vibes.
Michelle vibe. Michelle who?
Michelle Obama.
Yes.
Michelle Obama don't even want to be president. So how Oprah want to? Michelle
But
Obama
just
would have
in
beat
like
Trump.
that presidency spectrum. You
If
know?
Michelle Obama
So it
ran,
was
she'd
very-
be our president.
It was like a speech that made you feel like you wanted to do something about the situation you were in. You know what I'm saying? The way that she just rounded up all the women and they were just, standing, cheering her on. Like she was just like, finally, like this is our time and blah, blah, blah. To have all of those women standing in solidarity, wearing all black. It was a very powerful moment to a point where they made it a little exaggerative and they're like, hey, we want Oprah to be president. Please don't do it, girl.
Yeah, I mean that was weird to me because she didn't talk about no policies. She didn't talk about
Yeah,
no legislation.
like,
It was
what?
why like first of all, Oprah's always carried herself in a regal manner.
Yes.
So what you were seeing, what you were feeling, was that queen shit anyway.
Yep.
She's been wearing a crown her whole career, her whole life. She is clear. Like Oprah's spirit is amazing. So you that's what you were feeling. That don't mean she need to run for president.
Yeah.
Honestly, at this point, we want anybody to be president.
And that's the problem.
Yes, that is the problem. Like, bro, I don't want The Rock.
No.
Yeah.
Came up with this stuff.
America's obsession with celebrity is
I do not want
ultimately
The Rock.
Once
divides America.
Arnold got into
Yes.
office,
No.
everything went downhill with this whole celebrity shit.
I think,
Thinking that they could take on these roles.
depending on what the 2020 ticket looks like, I'm not saying I would not vote for Oprah. What I am saying is, Oprah, please don't run for president. You much better than that. And I think she could serve us in a much more efficient capacity.
Continue
just
to
being
be Oprah.
Right.
Instead of being president. When you be president, you got to play by a whole new set of rules. You got to go through so many new people. Like, you got the money, the funds, the resources, and the fame to do whatever you want, Oprah, and use that maybe towards somebody's campaign or backing it and blah, blah, blah. But, like, I mean, if I'm $2 billion in, there's no way I'm running this country. There's no way y'all getting me to do that.
There's
no
nothing
way.
morally or spiritually about Oprah Winfrey that makes me believe that if she becomes president of the United States of America, that she's going to be able to order our military to go to war. That she's going to be able to order drone strikes. There's nothing. I've been following Oprah for a long time. I love her Super Soul podcast. There is nothing about Oprah that lets me know she's willing to push that button when that button needs to be pushed.
She's
so
probably
why would you
gonna
put her in that position?
Try to have dinner with our enemy. Like, let's work things out over
Exactly.
some lobster tail.
Let me cook you something,
Like-
Kim Jong-un. I know how to make a mean stir fry. Okay, that was racist. I'm sorry. but like what? Like why do you? I do not want to see Oprah.
No
in that
Kanye,
position.
no Rock, no Oprah.
No, man.
bruh.
You get a drone, and you get a drone, and you get a drone. Nobody got time for that shit.
I don't even want to I'm not even putting this on any of those people except maybe Kanye. But I feel like people, now that the Donald has been in office, people are trying to use the highest authority in our nation, POTUS, to up their brand. And that's real dangerous and extremely problematic. And bro, this is not no free promo for your tour or for you to never, what is it called when the president can't ever really get a lawsuit, as we can see.
Get a lawsuit?
Not like diplomatic immunity, but they're protected basically.
Isn't it diplomatic immunity?
Is it diplomatic immunity? I think it is, yeah. So But people say that's why Donald got in because now he can't get lost. Now all them 15 cases or whatever disappeared.
Donald was just trying to increase his brand because he wanted to launch a television.
And that's what I'm saying. So, but that puts so many people in danger. Like, no disrespect to The Rock or any Kanye, chill, bro. You don't need to be at all. But like, being the president of the United States is not about your brand. It's not about your celebrity. And I personally don't really want any billionaires to be president. Personally, I think it should be a little bit less one percenters kind of thing. And we've had rich presidents. We have poor presidents. But it's just like I kind of prefer the middle class kind of leaning towards the poor people because they represent a majority of the country. Like,
I don't want any more celebrity in chiefs, especially
that either.
If your bar is Donald Trump.
I want a politician.
If your bar is Donald Trump, if the reason we want Oprah to be in the White House because we're saying, well, if Donald Trump can do it, she can do it. That the bar should not be Donald Trump. Yeah. If we was having these conversations after Obama got out of office, and we was like, you know who would make a good president? Oprah. And then you gave me some tangible reasons. Yeah, we know of course she's super intelligent. Of course she's, super spiritual and she has empathy and cares about people. But that don't mean she should be president of the United States of America.
Right.
Like, I want a politician. I want people who, that's the thing that needs to happen. The qualifications for what it takes to be president need to be upped.
Yes.
I think that you should have to have held some type of political office at some point. A young lady said to me on Instagram the other day, she said, well, you act like this is the first time a celebrity's been, been wanting to be president. They was like, Ronald Reagan and Donald Trump. As a black person, are those really the two examples that you want to use? Right? But neither one of those situations really worked out too well for black people. Okay, Ronald Reagan and Donald Trump? No, that's not what you want. So I don't think Oprah Winfrey running for president in 2020 is a good idea.
Don't do it, Oprah.
Yeah,
Love
she's
yourself.
a great person, but I don't think she could really take
you
on
don't
the
deserve that
task.
stress, man.
I think the presidency is beneath her at this point. Like, they're already trying to dig up dumb shit on her. Like, they're posting pictures of her and Harvey Weinstein as if that means anything.
You saw what Donald said about it, though? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Every once in a while, I hate to be like Dave Chappelle, about it, but every once in a while, I'd be like, wow, he really that bold. Like, he's like, I know Oprah very well. I would beat her. I know her very well. She's a very good friend. I've known her a long time. He's like, not worried about Oprah. We'd beat Oprah. And I'm like, bro,
that's the mentality you should have.
Like, bro, get back to your job, bro. Stop. Get back to your job, bro.
But that's such a Donald thing to say.
I'm like, bro, we know you guys know each other. You guys are both billionaires. Like, yeah, you've been on the show, vice versa, whatever. Like, you don't care, bro. Like, I don't care whether you think you would or wouldn't beat her. Like, get back to your job. Like,
and you know what else is disrespectful? That fucking meme y'all got going around that says Oprah is president, Michelle is vice president. You mean to tell me I was first lady for 8 motherfucking years? You know what I'm saying?
Honestly,
I'm the vice. I gotta be the vice president.
That's disrespectful.
Y'all was just screaming for Michelle to be president 2 months ago.
The Obamas have too much class because for people to even put that together and people to support that and
that's
say,
disrespectful.
First of all,
how Michelle get bumped to vice because of a fucking Golden Globe speech? And I am a Pinkett Smith Winfrey Knowles Carter. I love Oprah.
Yes,
this has nothing to do with Oprah. It's just the audacity of people and how dumb we
Michelle
can be.
Michelle would at the very least have to be president. Oprah would be vice president. Even that would never happen.
Why are we such prisoners of the moment? Why? She gives one great Golden Globe speech. Now all of a sudden, you know what, Michelle? You'd be a better vice. Oprah would be a better president. How? What? How?
I'm like, bro.
And why would Michelle accept that?
She wouldn't. She would. That's why, she would. She'll
be like, first of all,
no, this is
I'm gonna need you to get your orders right.
They're too classy. Like I'm like, wow. I wish I hopefully one day will have that much self control and class because I'm like, there's no way you would ever, if I'm Michelle Obama, put that meme together and me be like, yeah, okay.
Not me. I'm Petty Ruxpin until the day I die. Michelle Obama said, when they go low, we go high. I say, when they go low, take it to the floor with them, God damn it. Fuck that.
Come on, man.
What else we got, Ivy?
Oh, my God. But, this whole Me Too thing has been taking social media in the world by storm. Mm-hmm. And one person in particular really just has me so irritated that they're trying to take him down, and that's Russell Simmons. I'm just so flustered. I think that it's confusing
because he's done so much for the culture. He's done so much for hip hop. I mean,
he's done so much for himself.
We've seen how he's grown. We've seen how he's evolved.
Exactly.
He's a vegan. He's very peaceful.
He meditates all day.
Yeah, it's confusing. It's confusing.
So there's 2 more women who have been added to this list, which makes it 14 accusing him of some degree of sexual
No, not some degree. They was accusing Russell of old school rape.
Yeah.
Not rape culture.
I was gonna say this is
Rape as we know it. Like to grab you, hold you down, rip your clothes off, stick your penis where it doesn't belong type rape.
But like the thing, see, this is my problem. And it's not to kind of put anybody on the wall for saying their truth, but why now? Like, why wait so long? I get it. It's fear of being blackballed. It's fear of just, saying that it happened to you. It's shame. But it's a mix between people who are really revealing truths and a people who are looking for some type of notoriety and a check.
I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know what they're looking for. I mean, my thing when it comes to cases like this, because I've had a criminal sexual conduct charge before. It's like, don't discredit the accuser and don't discredit the accused. You know what I mean? Like, and I kind of like when the criminal aspect comes into play, because now all the facts of the case can play out. I mean, that's what had to happen to me. Like, I had to give blood and hair samples and all of that. Just like, I didn't touch this young lady. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's good, but the problem is we live in the court of public opinion. Russell's a rapist to the people. You know what I mean? And that's what I always wonder. Like, first of all, we're taking away people's due process. So that's what I mean when I say I like the fact that the criminal aspect comes in, because now due process is added. But even after you prove yourself not guilty in the court of law, if you do, you're still guilty in the court of public opinion. People still don't fuck with you. They still label you Uncle Rape, which they're going to do. That's coming. It's not going to be Uncle Rush no more.
Was that just off the top of your head? You just came with that?
Uncle Rape.
I just thought about it just now.
Oh my God.
Shall I just take Uncle and his favorite adjective?
This is so bad.
But I mean, they call him Uncle Rush. But I understand exactly how you feel, Ivy, because I fuck with Russell Simmons. I got love for Russell Simmons. I have actually reached out to him since this situation. We keep missing each other, but I don't know how to react to this. I don't know how to react to any of them. But when you actually know somebody, it's like, fuck, that ain't the guy I know.
Right. And being that this type of thing is so serious, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing to play with. But I feel like he's trying to take steps into like fighting it. And he starts off with how he was approached with this hashtag. So people are like hitting him with the Me Too's, and he's hitting them with the not me.
But there's nothing wrong with that, though. Why can't you fight back? If you didn't do it, and I don't know, like I said, I'm not here to discredit the accuser or discredit the accused. But if you didn't do it, and you know you didn't do it, why can't I say I did not rape you? What's wrong with that?
But then why do you walk away from your companies?
Well, that was weird.
That was very weird.
Maybe because he understood the temperature. Like maybe he fucking licked his finger and held it up in the air, and he realized
this is about to get messy.
Either I'm going to walk away, or they going to force me out or take it from me. So let me take a step back now. That's what I was thinking.
But like on site, like
I mean,
the first accuser, he was like, "What? I'm out."
I don't like. I've never met Russell.
You never met Russ?
Nah, I've never met Russell.
He's a great guy, man.
I've never run into
him.
All I can go by is public, perception or whatever. And he really, obviously on a business level, we don't need to talk about that on a brand level. For what I look at when I don't know anybody, I look at the number of people, and once you cross a certain number, for me, I get skewed to the fact that there's no way that 14 people are all lying. That's how I feel. I
don't subscribe to that.
So and I get that. It could be 40 people. It could be whatever. But I'm just like, maybe they clicked up and got a plan together. And conspiracy says, they were like, we're gonna take down Russell.
If you're trying to take down powerful people,
that's definitely possible.
Yeah.
But I also think, as far as there's strength in numbers as far as taking down powerful people, but I also think power in itself is like one of the biggest sins ever. Like when you have power, you think there is nothing that can touch you. You think there's no repercussions for your actions. The money's so good and blah blah blah. You think I could grab up, I could talk, I can act however I want around whoever, and I got enough resources that I'm going to quiet it down when it gets too hot. And for me, first accuser, and I need to do more research on these to see what the years were and blah blah blah.
81, 83.
Yeah, I was like, there's definitely like a statute.
Heavy cocaine and a lot of meat. Russell was on.
There's definitely like a statute of limitation when it comes to it. But I would never take these voices away from these women. And I also would never pretend to be a judge or an executor towards Russ. So I just sit here and I'm just like, dang, this is a messed up situation. And all I can do is judge it by the path that it's gone on. And for your first accuser to step forward and you to step down from all of your companies.
It's an admission of guilt. It took some people.
It looks
not
real,
saying he's guilty.
It looks
but
real funny in a light. Real bad, you know, because we see other people stay and they're like, there's two ways to handle it. You know, there's like a Ben Roethlisberger, which ain't really the way either, to be taking pictures out in public. And
Ben did it, goddamn.
I kind of agree. Fuck. But Ben was out there like, hey, you know,
Ben raped them girls.
That's allegedly. That's far left, and it's like, whoa, you should kind of lay low, bro. You know what I mean? You should kind of stop taking selfies with the fans.
Like
take some time.
Yeah.
And then on the far right is like what I see with like a Russell, where it's like, bro, why did you step down from how many business? He got 10, whatever. We know he got money, he got all these things, and obviously people want to take advantage of that situation. I sympathize with that as well. But what I will say is, there's power in numbers, but power is a sin and power is a dangerous thing where you think you could just put your hands and touch and do whatever you think to whoever. But I'm not casting no guilt on nobody. I just don't know how. I don't know how you get a fair trial, because like if we look at the OJ situation, if OJ's situation happened any time in social media, I think he would have got off even faster, to be honest.
That nigga did it.
I think he would have got off even faster.
I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about.
OJ barely could get a fair trial, and they done put them for what, a year and however much time, and took away the TVs. And how do you put together a jury unbiased and fair for this? That's going viral, is going to continue to go viral.
Yeah.
How does he get a...
Because people have formed their opinions already. He's guilty in the court of public opinion. So even if Russell goes to court and he gets a jury, it's a jury sitting there like, this nigga did it.
It's tough. It's real tough.
That's it. He did it. It's I don't know. It's It's
disgusting, man.
It's disgusting. I will say this, though. I feel like we are in an era right now where, you know, everything that was in the dark is coming to light.
Yeah.
One thing that we're learning right now is that karma is coming back to you. If you did some type of real live dirt in the past, you cannot escape it. So with that said, white people should be very, very, very shook right now, okay? Because there's nobody who's committed more atrocities, more murders, more rapes in America than white people.
Privilege ain't going nowhere.
White people should be shaking in their boots. All right, because I need to know how far we going back with these motherfucking. I'm serious. How far are we going back with these past crimes, man? 20? You think it's just 20? Nah, I think it's a little farther than 20, bro.
97?
I think it's a little farther than 20, man. I think if we're going to take it back, let's take it all the way.
Like they started cleaning
back.
Up like around 97, so like maybe like 87. I don't know.
I think I really feel that way. I really feel like, and I think that's why a lot of white people are shaking in their boots right now. I really feel like
I feel like there should be a time limit. From the time that it happened.
Limitations, but I don't know what that number is. Or whatever.
But even if it's a statute of limitations, if you did something to me in the past, I can still say it.
For sure.
Yeah.
I can still put you out there.
Hurt, like libel and hurt. Yeah.
Yes, this motherfucker raped me in 81. I don't give a fuck if I can't take him to court no more. I'm going to tell my story. And I think a lot of times some people just want to get that off their chest. You know what I mean? Like when you go to therapy, that's what therapy is. Therapy is sitting there talking to somebody.
But that's exactly what you do. You go to a therapist. You don't have to go seeking for the latest, biggest publication to be like, yeah, he raped me.
But what some people would say, juxtaposed to that, is like a victim would say, it's like you don't get to choose how, I as a victim choose to do it. Now, yeah, people do it the wrong way. We see people write a book and they want to do a documentary and they sell it a little bit too much. And you're like, what are your real intentions for this?
Right.
And then we also see people who keep it in and just, how many times I'm do that? Keep it in and then they just never get to vent and let it out and they never feel that freedom from it. So like, I'll never tell a victim how they need to, find their peace or whatever. I don't want to dim down
nobody's voice.
Watch your intentions for sure.
Yeah, I'm not against anybody who has a truth to say. You know what I'm saying?
Repeat that again.
I said, I'm not trying to dim down anybody's voice, and I'm not against anybody who has a truth to say. I just would hope that it is the truth. You know what I'm saying? And I applaud your courageousness to even step forth and say what happened to you, because that shit is real.
What I will say is we gotta level this playing field. As far as if you lie on rape, you need to be hit with the same penalties that the person that you accused of rape did.
But how do you prove that the woman was lying? Because just because a person goes to court and gets found not guilty in a court of law doesn't mean that the lady was lying.
No way that she could even prove that. You just don't
throw around L's like rape and molestation.
I agree.
That's not kosher, bro. So I don't know. There needs to be a level of balance as far as like, no, this clearly didn't happen the way you said it happened. There needs to be some type of, okay, well you lying, and there needs to be some type of on the other side as well.
It should be, but it won't be, because like I said, you just don't know what the truth is. It's always a gray area. You know what I'm saying? I did see the young lady got a TV show though. Rose, Rose McGowan. She's got like a two-part series coming on E. And I understand what y'all saying. Like, you know, you make these allegations and then you get a book or you get a TV show. I kind of think that's good. And the reason that's good is because you want to bring awareness to this. Like, this needs to be loud. Like, it's been quiet for so long that it needs to be loud because we do a lot of nitpicking when it comes to certain people, whether or not Russell's guilty or whoever. But this shit
It depends how much we like him, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's true. It's a popularity contest.
Because
But
R.
this
Kelly
shit,
is...
he needs to be dead.
Definitely
He is
R. Kelly should be
Batman.
dead.
He is Batman.
Why is he? This motherfucker got the same shit Donald Trump got.
They still play.
Why
They
does
still
Bill
stepping in the name of love.
coming after R. Kelly?
I
Right?
don't know.
Wait, what'd you say?
Why is nobody coming after him?
Oh, I don't know. They robbed his house. They got
That
me.
ain't
That ain't
shit.
enough. Like,
I don't get that. That shit bugs me the fuck
They
out.
got me, y'all.
He's got whatever Donald Trump has, R. Kelly has. He's Teflon.
Yo.
Yo,
he's
R. Kelly
nothing
literally
sticks to him.
Rick Ross album, like he is invincible. I was about to say invincible.
I knew he was different when he peed on that little girl and then
Yes.
came on her and then peed again in a matter of seconds. But this is ridiculous. Like 25 years later or whatever how long it's been, motherfuckers is still going to his concerts.
Everybody knows.
And he flaunts it in your face. So crazy.
Still play "Step in the Name of Love" at weddings. Like
He calls himself the Pied Piper of R&B. The fucking Pied Piper played music and led little kids out of a village to never be seen again. Like, this motherfucker is blatant with it in your fucking face to this day, and nobody gives a shit.
you said, Chicago though. You just gave Chicago the big W, and he's one of the biggest faces and heads of that. So I don't know, Shar.
I realize how much I don't like R. Kelly when I actually do change his music when it comes on. I was in Grenada, over the holidays. Salute to everybody in Grenada. Wonderful island, the Spice Island.
looks fun.
It was cool. It was cool. That's my homegirl Amanda Seal. She's her people are from there, so she's always posting it on Instagram. She always goes there, and the place that I love to go, Anguilla, still had some damage from the hurricane. I'm actually going there next month, but so I decided to go to Grenada, and like we'd be on the boat, and Paige would have her playlist playing. For whatever reason, she loves R. Kelly.
R. Kelly heavy, huh? You R. Kelly heavy over here?
She said she
R.
got
Kelly.
one R. Kelly record. I heard
R.
about
Kelly
10.
heavy.
But we skip every time it would come on. We skipped it. I can't vibe to R. Kelly. I can't. I cannot, with a clear conscience, vibe to R. Kelly. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it, especially the songs about sex,
And they all are, so.
because I know it inspired those records. I just can't do it.
I know, but they are fire nonetheless. Like,
Dave Chappelle
I
literally said
gotta
that-
listen to R. Kelly songs without like connecting the person to the song.
I don't know why it's so hard for me to do that with R. Kelly. I can do that with a lot of people. Separate the art from the artist. For whatever reason, I can't do that with R. Kelly, yo.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
know what
why.
it is? I see his face in my head, like being like mad, like freco with it, and it's just like ooey, and freco's like fresh. Yeah,
Would you have given R. Kelly some pussy when you was 15?
absolutely not. Not even in my age now.
So what do you think attracts those young girls to somebody like him?
I don't know, money,
Fame, money.
maybe because they know that he may be a freak and they like that shit. They're gonna give it a try, but because I've seen videos with like females like wiping his face,
he
his
still got
tongue,
juice.
like
They
his
still
whole
throw like
body.
things on stage for him. Like
Present day, like
I did learn how to eat ass from the R. Kelly tape. That I will say. He had this one young lady he had on this like swivel chair just like this. And
where
he had
do these tapes reside
Yo.
these days? Like where? Like
I don't know. That's what I keep. And I actually tweeted that a couple years ago. I said one day, R. Kelly's sex tape.
you have a
Chris said he got a hard
VHS?
copy somewhere.
Really? What is it labeled?
R. Kelly sex tape. Because there was a point in time, people don't realize this. It was a point in time where they were really trying to bury R. Kelly. And they were sending that tape to media outlets. Because this was before social media. Because I remember they pulled up the Wendy Williams radio station with a limo, and Wendy came downstairs, and they let Wendy watch it. Like, they were passing this shit around, but nobody wanted to touch it back then. And then eventually they just started bootlegging that motherfucker, and they got hot in the hood.
It surprised me that they got Cosby before they got R. Kelly, and I was just like, dang, you should start with the lowest hanging fruit and work your way up. But whatever, it's not my business, man. I'm like, all right,
Social media got Cosby.
yeah.
R. Kelly would have definitely got buried in the social media era. 'Cause imagine waking up one morning, going to your Twitter and Instagram, and seeing that motherfucking video of R. Kelly fucking a 13-year-old girl. Court of public opinion would have destroyed him immediately. They'd have been going to pick him up that day. That's how crazy that shit would have been. Like, he wouldn't have lasted that. Let me pay some
he
bills.
different.
He is
Yikes.
different. I knew
To
that
say the least,
when I
to
saw
say
him
the
come
least.
Pete come
Jesus.
though. All right, Squarespace.
God.
Don't forget, support for today's show comes from Squarespace. It's time to set those new plans into action, whether it's a business or a blog. The future is coming. Make it brighter with Squarespace with beautiful templates created by world-class designers. Squarespace makes it easy to turn your idea into a new and unique website. Showcase your work, blog, or publish content, even sell products and services of all kinds in just a few clicks. You can customize everything from look and feel to settings and products, and it's all optimized for mobile right out of the box. Use Squarespace's analytics to help you grow in real time. But if you do have a question, Squarespace's award-winning 24/7 customer support is there to help. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use the offer code IDIOT to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com, offer code IDIOT, IDIOT, to save 10% off your first purchase of a new website or domain. A dream is just a great idea that doesn't have a website yet. Make it a reality with Squarespace. Now, Lawrence is 26. Ivy is 25. What do y'all like and dislike about y'all era? Because there's always the older people critiquing y'all era and saying what, you know, they dislike. What do y'all like and dislike about your era? Start with you, Ivy.
I have a real appreciation for our opinions now. I think that we're probably the most creative era because we have this platform that provides such an access and opportunity for us. We learned how to do everything on our own and make our own money, our own way, you know? And I think for that, I have such a respect for people in my era, in my age group, you know, because it's really like pushing the limit and setting the bar for like creativity in a sense. What I don't like about my era is that we kind of just accept anything now. You know, and we just put a stamp on it as being unique and being different, but it's absolute bullshit. Like, where's the standards out here? Lost in the sauce.
That's why I disagree with you about your era being the most creative, but I'm older, so I'm biased. You know what I mean? Because I feel like everybody's busy, but they're busy doing a whole bunch of nothing. You know what I mean? What do you think, Lawrence?
I don't know. I feel good about it. I feel like I really like the timing of my life, kind of. Because like I look at like my mom's generation or even grandfathers, and I'm like, damn, I really kind of wouldn't love to grow up like that, like in the crack epidemic, and like I feel like, you know, sometimes even when I'm with her,
character.
Huh?
Growing up in the crack epidemic build character.
It does, but it also makes you like a little too tough and like, you know, like
crazy.
So yeah, like sometimes I really gotta like talk to my mom and be like, it's all good, like, you know, she like won't park in my neighborhood in Brooklyn because they gonna break in her windows, and I'm like, Ma,
PTSD.
I was like, Ma, this ain't Flatbush when you was around. This ain't Spanish Harlem when you grew up. Like, it's all right. We could like figure it out. And it's just like so much like PTSD from that, like just having to be so tough and like maybe just not being free enough or free to express or whatever. So, and then I look at the kids that are coming up now, and I'm like, I don't want to be that either. Like, I would be so depressed and sad and like a messed up person. I feel like if I had to have Snapchat at 10 years old, like if I look back at the stories I tell, and I'm so glad I can tell them as stories now, but there's no exact video or proof or retweets of it because I got to take my L's before social media. Like no R. Kelly type of L's, you know what I mean? But like,
I would hope not.
Yeah, no R. Kelly type of L's, but like even those type of situations, it was nice to not have it. Like, social media entered my life. Like Facebook got popping when I was like right in high school, and I wouldn't get it till I was in college because it was for college students.
You already had developed.
I already knew who I was.
Enough skin.
Yeah, I had already knew who I was.
We already
a
been
bit.
around the block enough, and we've played in dirt. We've lived real life before the digital era.
Exactly. Like
y'all was outside.
Like yes, like video games was a thing, but like, you know, we still played kickball. We still went out. Like I went through the multiple modes of music. You know what I mean? Like I had a cassette player that skipped. I had a cassette tape. I had a little, you know.
Yeah, y'all was the cassette
pocket.
tape era at 25.
I caught the end. I caught the end. And my, you know, I'm a little old school. Like I skew a little old. Like I still keep some records for sure, and like still want records in my house and all that stuff. So I feel like being around this 25, born in 91 type of feel, like I got a feel of like the 90s and a little bit of the 80s, know the 70s from stories, and then the young kids look up to you a little bit, but I'm not them. Like I feel like they're on drugs. They like heavily over-medicated. They grow
up very fast.
Extreme attention issues, grow up very fast. Everything is on in your face, on your ears, instantaneous. And like I get it. I get what OGs, you know, like you say in your book and stuff about, you know, take opportunities that aren't attached to a check. But at the same time, and what I like tell people who are a little bit of my OG is like, y'all took those L's for us. Like, yeah, maybe it's a little spoiled for an intern to make, $300 a week. But you need to understand is that they didn't pay y'all what y'all was worth. And now that we changing this culture, it's a little privileged and a little entitled, and I get it. And like people take it a little too far. But like, bro, like you deserve to be paid for what you do, even on a little bit. And like, yeah, like don't give a kid who has a blog with 200 followers $100K a year. But like also don't ask him to work 45 hours a week and then not pay him. And then his mom is a single mother and comes from this. Like we got to find some type of even ground. So I don't know. I feel real good about where I come from and the age I was born in. I really feel like I can reach back to the past.
Of the last.
Yes, it got the best of the last, like low-key, like just made the 90s R&B, just made the Rough Ends, just made the Bad Boy Ever. You know what I mean? Like I see
never get no pussy to see knock it off.
Yeah.
I said Rough Ends. What do you know about Rough Ends?
No more shopping
For real,
sprees.
no more. Yeah, like even with gender roles and all that stuff, like no more shopping sprees. Like I'm not going broke, popping bottles in the club. I'm not spending money I don't got to impress women. Like
so when we were developed, we
like,
knew
bro,
how to dodge them.
Yeah, I'm
you
like,
know?
Yeah, I seen the L's, so it's like crack is whacking or whatever the obvious stuff is, but like it was cool to see that and be like, ooh, that's what I don't need, and this is what I don't want to be necessarily. So I really like the space I'm in, and like I got respect for my OGs. I love them. I want to hear the stories. I want to hear about the L's, and then in my most humble, arrogant way, just be like, also respect from where the point of view we coming from sometimes, because we coming regardless. Absolutely. And like that situation that you got in, you know what I mean? That was my first time hearing about it, but like I feel like intentions wise what you was trying to say is like I'm coming regardless. So you might as well just embrace me or make a little bit of room for me, because I'm not going to just quit. I'm not just going to lay down. So it's like, yeah, and Joey was right, man. Like you do need a little bit of young voices. I didn't say, give Ivy a 10-hour block on Hot 97 and fire your staff, but should she have a little news cap and a little news rap?
Yes.
Yeah. Like, come on, man.
Groom the next generation. And, I mean, I think that's one of the problems with radio now is like we don't have those overnight time slots anymore. You know what I'm saying? They're not giving the young up-and-coming kids a chance to have shows on the weekend. I mean, that's something that I've been working hard behind the scenes to do. Like, even if it's on the iHeartRadio app, like, yo, let's try out some new voices, man. Like, 'cause I'm like, I worry about the future of radio. Like, if we're not grooming the next generation of program directors and on-air talent, then what happens to radio? Because I know I ain't doing this shit forever.
And I got to commend you, Shar, because, you meet a lot of people in this industry, and a lot of people, are your OGs or you came before you, and a lot of people don't move the same way you do. A lot of people will be like, I met him 6 times, 7 times, 8. You know who I am. You see me on the same carpets as you. You see my following growing. You see me get verified. You see me move at 3 different networks now. You see me move in and out. And you're gonna not acknowledge me, but I'm still gonna keep coming at you.
Absolutely.
And you one of those guys who was like, yo, what up? And trying to put people on. And I feel like you always win when you put people on. Like,
absolutely.
And it don't dim your light. Like, people really think that, like, oh, if I help this person and then, they pass me on Instagram, then, where do I live? And do I end up as, Chic Luch or whatever, like, people. I'm just saying, like,
why did you just throw Chic Luch?
I'm saying whatever.
You definitely just did.
Yeah, I don't want to be.
Let me get
I don't
one
want
of
to
the
be
people
with
from the
Chic.
garbage
I don't
can.
want to be with Chic. It was a metaphor for people saying that when you weren't there in the prime of that, when you talk about, whatever Harlem World album or whatever, and you talk about I was there for that moment, so it meant so much to me. And then 10 years later, you hear a little kid be like, who's that? Who's Black Rob? You know what I mean? What?
Yeah.
That's whack. And what I'm saying is, like, we each gotta like play nice, and we each gotta respect where we coming. So respect your OGs, and your OGs stop like trying to kick the youth down. Stop trying to hate on them. Stop trying to say we corny. We got attention issues, and we don't know culture, and y'all ain't do it like we did it. Shut up, because eventually I'm gonna be like, shut up. Like eventually. But I'm
because
trying.
Y'all
like,
don't know a lot of things that we
that's
know.
what I'm saying. Like, bro, I know you don't know how to edit on the apps. I know how to, and I know that's how you're gonna get your clips off and really get your digital stance. But as long as you holding your cards,
what the fuck you just said.
I'm gonna hold my cards.
What the fuck did you just say, March?
So I was like, yeah, we gotta share cards, bro. That's literally what it is. And you talked about like the cultural ecosystem. Like the cultural ecosystem will win as long as we do that. But as long as everybody's like, it's like, okay, cool. We'll see.
That's why guys like Jay-Z are who they are. That's why guys like Diddy are who they are, because they live forever through others. Like Hov, you can look at the family tree. Like I love that shirt that the Reasonable Doubt people did when they put the Reasonable Doubt album. They showed everything that came from just them doing that album. I mean, the whole Kanye West Good Music and Rihanna, like all of these different entities happen because Jay-Z has never been afraid to embrace the youth. And I just think that's what you need to do. Like, and like you said, they coming regardless.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
I was that little young motherfucker putting out mixtapes called Disrespect Your Elders. Like, okay, y'all don't want to let me in? I'm going to force my way in.
Kicking on your door. So, and like being under Puff and his tutelage, like he loves, like I would say he loves youth more than, if anything, where he came from. Cause like.
He likes some youngins with you.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. You good, Shaw. You damn good. You damn good.
Put some respect on Diddy's name.
I fuck with Diddy. I've been telling people lately that I never used to like Diddy. I just didn't. I didn't like his energy.
Yeah.
I didn't like nothing about him. I just did not like
I seen y'all
Diddy.
become better friends over the time.
Because his energy has changed. Maybe my energy has changed too. You know what I'm saying? But his energy has definitely changed. There was a point in time where I'd be around Diddy like, let me get the fuck away from this. Like his energy was just that bad. But I don't know if it's a conscious decision that he made, like with the whole brother love thing or whatever. But I've visibly seen Diddy become to me a better person. And maybe he's seen the same thing in me. I don't know.
I completely agree. Man. And like he's like he loves the youth. Like when I walked in Revolt, like day one, he launched from Biggie's steps with Lala, and then he flew over to LA because I started in LA at the time. He flew over the next day on a jet to us. Walked in.
What's up, Daddy?
Walked in like just like running through it. And it was literally like an episode of like Making a Band. Like he was like, I need that energy. I need that noise. I demand it. I need that excellence. The video wasn't ready because the Wi-Fi was whatever. He said, call me back when y'all ready. He said, I make money, I can't make time. Like really in his Diddy bag. And I was like, oh damn, I'm nervous as hell. Like what's going on? And he literally was like, he's like, I need you to be you. He's like, I need you to be the best you. He said, work, use your leverage. He said, whatever you think is dope, whatever culture you come from, whether it be collegiate or a bad neighborhood or a single parent or urban, he was like, put that into who you are in your style. He was like, I need that to be expressed through you. He didn't say, I need you to be more like blah, blah, blah. He literally was like, just do you.
That's the illest shit,
and I was like, bro, like, and ever since then, I put that battery in my back. I was like, all right, we getting money. I'm like, come on.
That's great advice,
like,
though, because, I mean, everybody's DNA is different. Everybody's unique. Everybody always wants to, wonder what they can bring to the game that's original. Be your fucking self.
Exactly.
And that's one thing I really do love about y'all generation. And I don't know if it's because, when I grew up, I was, like, running the street life, so I was seeing things from a certain point of view, but it's like everybody around me wanted to be hard. Everybody around me wanted to be a thug. Everybody wanted to be a gangster. And then when I was listening to the music that I was growing up on, it was like all of these dudes were living like me. So I was like, everywhere you would go, everybody wanted to be hood. Y'all don't care about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just want to be human beings. You know what I mean? Y'all take pride in whatever it is y'all doing, whether it's college or like whatever. And I personally like that. That's why I always say I think that this is a new golden era as far as hip hop. You know what I mean? I think that when Kendrick and Drake and J. Cole came out and they became stars, and then then the Vic Menses came and the Chance the Rappers and the Big Sean's and Wale's, and like I just feel like that brought in a whole new golden era of people who weren't afraid to be their motherfucking selves.
And everybody ain't cool, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like everybody ain't the coolest. Like Big Sean grew up in Detroit, but he never been rapping about that life. He know people. He probably been around them.
But that life ain't cool.
And it's not cool. I literally said it's one of the most overrated things ever. Like
it's actually corny.
Like Shower Sex and Thug Life is like, bro, like both is extremely not wavy. Like I'm not with either. Like Wale, like what? Shower Sex is whack. Y'all serious? Wait, are y'all serious?
Yo, you be pulling shit
Shower
out
sex
the
is dope.
damn woodwork.
Shower sex is dope. Ivy, say it in the mic.
Why shower sex?
Because it's whack.
You
It's
mean
a waste
like
of time.
You mean jail? You meant jail, right?
No, Shaw.
What did you mean when you said
a shower, like a shower with some space that you have sex in? It's overrated to do it. It's not fun. It's not dope.
I'm confused, Ivy.
Okay.
What is this?
He's just making a really bad comparison.
I thought he was trying to say going to jail.
I tried some shit. No,
or whatever.
He was trying to be creative, and it fell through.
Wow, I never said jail.
I get you. I hear you loud and clear.
You like it, or you say it's overrated?
We're not talking about this.
Ooh.
Damn, Lawrence. Paige just screamed out Lawrence not tall enough for shower sex.
That's supposed to be my friend, bro. What?
Wow.
Nah.
Shower sex?
Nope.
I ain't tall. I love fucking in the shower. I was fucking my wife in the shower in Grenada. What do you mean?
And it's like,
That's true, I guess.
Okay.
I was having a ball.
That was my fault. My bad.
That shit was great.
I'm not gonna lie. Like the term "short" is a trigger word for me because I am short. Like my feet are hanging off the seat right now. So like everything, like short people. I'll be like, "What? Short people? What?"
What'd you say? Yeah.
We have great times.
Double standards.
But Yeah, I think that's enough for today.
I don't want to end on that note. You get like,
you don't got
like one more topic, Ivy.
I was just saying I love
you. Don't got one more topic. I'm about to look at the paper myself.
But I was just saying I love y'all generation because y'all really aren't afraid to be yourselves. And when you say that, everybody's not cool. Yeah, being yourself is absolutely cool. You know why Drake became the coolest rapper in the world? Because he never stopped being himself. You know when he was ultra corny, when I was killing him, when he was in the motherfucking, I can't remember the name of that song now. He had on the fucking black hoodie with the black gloves. All these niggas, you gonna make me catch a body like that. You gonna make me rap. Shut the Drake, come on, stop it.
Yeah.
But when you just out here being yourself, and when he's continued to grow and be himself, it's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If fucking J. Cole wants to look like he rides city bikes all through New York, you know what I'm saying?
Jesus Christ.
That's cool. Like, all of that shit is cool. Like, that is cool.
Yeah.
Being yourself is cool.
What's not cool is when you have all this money and you still riding city bikes.
What's wrong with that?
It's nothing wrong with that.
At least buy your own bike.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What you doing?
It's a resource. You know what I mean? If nobody uses it, it goes away. Now we don't got no city bikes.
I guess.
You want to? We got one more topic.
Please, thank
we
you.
kind of like covered, everything.
All these papers, now she don't got no topics.
All these papers.
You don't got no topics.
Well,
we're not gonna talk about no awards, no nothing, no best new artist, no nothing. Ivy trying to do this to me.
You know what I do want to say?
We have some Grammy predictions.
The fucking Grammys.
It's the end of the month.
What categories we got?
We have
He's like, save that for
few.
Andrew and I. Yo, congrats on the BET Social Award. Actually,
that's what I was about to talk about. I want to salute BET because I recently was just told that BET isn't doing well in ratings. But I want to tell BET, I'm not going to say fuck the numbers because I know everybody needs numbers. I think BET is producing some of the best content on cable television right now. I mean, between the Gucci and Keisha show, what they did with the New Edition movie, that Face Value game show with Deion Cole and Tiffany Haddish, the reality show they got with DL and Charlie Murphy and George Lopez and Eddie Griffin. Like, I just think that BET is producing some dope content. I think the Social Awards is genius. You know, the fact that y'all are really taking it really serious and like making it a real production. Mike Epps is the executive producer. Michael Blackson is the motherfucking host. I think that's a dope idea. I think some of these people from social media should be rewarded and saluted, you know? So I just like what BET's doing. And
stop calling it Black Twitter, bro. Like, I mean, just like, it's just Twitter, bro. If black people are pushing the conversation and the culture that moves most of your app's conversation, it's not Black Twitter, bro. It's white Twitter. To be honest, y'all the guests. If we pushing the conversation, if most of our tweets are going viral, most of our culture and all that stuff, stop putting us in this black minority category of a box with labels and stuff. If they're pushing, if the personalities and people you follow on Twitter are mostly black and they're pushing your daily conversation and they just happen to be black, like, I've never been okay or cool with that black Twitter label. Like, bro, we the majority, bro.
I don't mind the label, but I just want people to start getting some fucking money off it. That's why I like stuff like what BET's doing with these social awards, because that will lead to some of these people getting recognized and possibly making some real money. Like, I love the fact that Just Hilarious got this crazy Instagram following, but she does her stand-up as well. And I think she need to be in fucking scripted TV shows. I think she need to be in movies. I think that she's just that good with her timing and shit like that. So, but I want to salute to BET. They nominated The Brilliant Idiots for Best Podcast, but you have to go vote.
Yes.
So go vote. Go to BET.com and go to the BET Social Awards and go to Best Podcast and click on Brilliant Idiots and just vote for us. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, that's an award I wouldn't mind winning. But I don't care if I lose that award either because I don't need the validation. But I like the validation because those are my people. Yeah. That's BET. That's Black Entertainment. You know what I mean? But if I lose to Deez and Merrill, cool. They're my folk. That's a win to me. If I lose to Nori, Drake Champs, cool. That's my folk. That's a win to me. If I lose my sister Angela Rye, cool. They're my people. That's a win to me. Same thing with the Reed. Who else is on there? I think 2 Dope Queens and Pod Save America. I may be missing somebody. I don't know. But I'm saying all that to say who? The Reed. I said the Reed. I'm saying all that to say go to BET.com.
And you work with half those people anyway, so it's no coincidence that they in the same circle in the setting. It's a good thing.
Yeah, they're my people. So go, but vote for Brilliant Idiots. real. That's what I'm saying. But let's end on this. Ivy, tell them where they can find you.
Of course, you can find me on all social platforms at The Ivy Rivera. That's TheIvyRivera.
Shout out to Squarespace. I think the founder of Squarespace is from Syracuse, of alum. So I get a discount on Squarespace. I'm gonna use your 10% as well, and I'm gonna keep saving this money. But you can hit my website, lawrencekjackson.com, or at lawkjackson on Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff.
I love Syracuse, one of the best mass communications programs in the country.
Baby, Newhouse, baby, we blessed.
I've been up there to speak. I don't know why they don't give me an honorary degree, but
don't push it, Shark. Come on.
Somebody's gonna give. No, I'm begging for an honorary degree. Somebody's gonna give me one. Goddamn it, okay? Because I want to put my degrees up on the wall of my wife's. So my daughters.
Honorary degrees is just like listening to books.
So you can feel smart
Don't
too.
nobody know that. Don't nobody know that. Don't nobody know that. Don't nobody know that.
When Pharrell got that award, I was like, that's my guy, but that's not real.
Don't nobody know that. When they see it in the future, they're just gonna say Charlamagne was a Syracuse alumni. Somebody's alumni. That's all they're gonna say. Nobody's gonna know.
We'll get it.
But thank y'all for coming, man.
Thank you for having me,
Lawrence and Ivy are two young gunners in this game that I really respect, and it's going to be a pleasure to continue to watch y'all grow and blossom into whatever it is y'all going to be in. However I can help assist that, I will.
Thank you.
So as always, if you listen to this podcast, you think we're smart, you think we're intelligent, you think we're brilliant, you're absolutely right.